All right. I should update people's tokens on this launch page. Hello, everyone, and welcome to adventure on so many levels. Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Yay!
My ability to do normal introduction was buried in snow.
Yes.
I'm Christiana Ellis, and I'm the Dungeon Master, and we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
Our players tonight, Lee Burdett as Iggy,
Hey!
David Archambault as Wilfred Cole,
Hello.
Jason Banks as Rowan Gregor,
Okay.
Paul Weimer as Aule,
Salve.
and Nobilis Reed as Marcher Northwind. I've just realized I need to update your tokens on my little layout and stuff here too, because we got your new tokens on the actual map. But here we are once again to continue our adventure with Wizards of the Coast's Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden, episode 10. So, who would like to do the recap?
We're fourth level now.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
So got-
The last thing I recall is learning that there was some shady folks at the East Haven Ferry, and went to investigate. And a really slippery character grabbed the map that we were looking at and absconded with it. And despite our best efforts, snuck away because he was invisible and tiny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We did not fireball the ship.
No.
No.
Definitely should have fireballed this.
You know, I mean, it depends on what
it
your
was a
priorities are,
choice.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you got to nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
So a couple of things had happened where you had recovered some iron that had been lost by some dwarves in Bryn Shander, and you finished doing that, turned that in, and that's how you got up to level 3. But then the time came you needed to return to East Haven because you had your little Chewinga friend that you had promised to introduce to Danica Greysteel, the half-elf researcher that you met in the Wet Trout, the tavern here in East Haven. And so you did that, brought the Chewinga to her, and had a charming little scene there before the Chewinga decided that although he had enjoyed his time with you, that he needed to go back to where he lives, out somewhere in nature, but he gave you a supernatural charm on his way out.
It was a touching moment for Wilfred, a real bit of character growth and character beat.
And so you also happened to run into Suffolk Cultro again. That happened last time too.
Oh, that was the last episode. That's right. And, yes, and we paid him proper as a minion of the Frostmaiden should be paid.
Yes.
We burned him dead.
So
listeners.
Tactically, a much more sound approach this time also helped that you were level 3 instead of level 1. But you defeated him, and you watched as some strange spectral spirit left his body when you killed him. And, it took some doing, too, because he didn't want to stay down. But you defeated him, and then, you made your way to East Haven, whereupon, as previously mentioned, you encountered a Duragar. Because you were investigating the East Haven ferry because it seems that people just can't stop breaking into the East Haven town hall and stealing all their stuff. So, the Zentarum had previously stolen the magic cauldron, but this time someone had broken in and stolen the evil Chardolin ship figurehead, smashing it to bits first, and then taking away the pieces rather than stealing it all in one piece. So when you tracked those tracks to the ferry, as mentioned, you found a camp but and there was a map there, but the Duragar who is hidden there managed to escape with it. So that's pretty much where we leave off. Is that you have come to the unfortunate conclusion that he has escaped, and you're not likely to find him. And so now you have to ask yourselves, what do you do next?
I think we do have a plan. We're going to tell the town hall authorities, and then we're going to continue on our grand circuit that we were thinking of doing beforehand, hitting a couple of the towns, and then going to look for someone who's lost in the wilds in a cabin outside of 10 towns.
Yeah.
That sound good?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So does
Maybe we get some better security while we're gone.
Yeah, we can't be there 24/7, obviously.
So do they? Do you all go to the town hall together to report this? What you found?
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Okay.
I think we've basically looked through all the stuff that was there in that little.
Yeah.
little-
The map was the only thing that ultimately seemed like it was of interest. Everything else was, there were 4 bedrolls and some old rations, but so that indicates that the one you encountered was probably not the only one who had been staying there, but you didn't have any other clues to go by. I'm going to go ahead and just hand wave that you all report that the town speaker calls for the militia captain, and you all go back over to the East Haven ferry together to look and discover that the cabin of the ferry has now been cleared out. So whoever left those bedrolls apparently came back for them while you were gone, even though it wasn't long. So interpret that how you will. But otherwise, though, they thank you for investigating that, and I think the town speaker says that, on the one hand, it's frankly a relief to not have that awful thing sitting here in our storage room all the time. But at the same time, what an awful thing like that, what do they want with it?
Would
We
be
have some theories, but it's
Something to look into.
yes.
Yes.
Keep
Yeah.
an eye out for Charlene in other towns.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, do you recall? I'm afraid I didn't double check this in advance. Do you recall? Was this happening towards the end of the day, or did you stay the night in the White Lady and then get up to, check in with the town hall in the morning?
I believe it was at the end of the day.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So probably you would be staying the night before you head out, I would think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just update the date.
Calendar.
Then. Yep. 5th. And all right. So it is currently the 5th of Marpanoth, and the moon is waning 6 days past full moon, which I'll remind you I am continuing to track because 15 days after full moon is the new moon, and that's when all of these towns make their sacrifices to the Frostmaiden.
Yeah, let's either be outside of town or
Not in one that sacrifices people.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, some of us are outsiders and would make tempting targets for sacrifices.
Yeah.
So did anyone have any additional business here in East Haven before you would set out on the next day?
No, not that I can think of. That charm that got from the Chewinga, is that something that
You got cut off there. Is the charm something that...
will last until it's used?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can cast the spell 3 times and then it's gone.
Okay.
But there's no time limit on it.
Oh.
So looking ahead, that it is 9 hours over the road to Caer Dineval. It's quite a hike. So let me...
That's a long day, yeah.
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 Um,
But I think we can.
yeah. Let's pull up the.
Yeah, I think we can make it.
Let's put you all on the map too, so you can. Because part of the issue here, as you look at the map, is that not only are you sort of backing up to this crossroads here, but then you are also going uphill, and that's part of why you can't just cut across the lake. Well, okay. Here's a question. I think the issue is that the Care Dinaval, and you can ask about this, like people could certainly tell you, because usually the East Haven Ferry, when it was running, like it would go to Care Dinaval and Care Koenig. Like that was like the main places that it went, right? Right now, you've got, half of it is ice, and then half of it is water, but with bits of ice floating around in it and everything. So the road is 9 hours, which is perhaps longer, but is also, relatively speaking, safe because you're just walking on the road. So I think that if you were to go over land, you would not be getting road speeds. And it's 5 miles, so it would probably be just as long, if not longer, plus more difficult to go by water under current
Yeah, like something like
circumstances.
10 hours or something.
Yeah.
At least.
Right.
Plus,
So,
plus hazards.
right. But as you are, but the road to Care Dinaval does involve, as mentioned, going west to this crossroads, and then you kind of are going up this sort of cliff, and along this cliff to, then back down again, and there's a lot. It's sort of just a hilly area. So, is that that's the plan? You're getting on the road?
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
sounds like could go over the lake. Just more difficult and just no bonus, basically.
Yeah. So basically, you are all on your way, but with 9 hours journey means you get your first 8, where you're just it's relatively easy going, especially compared to some of your journeys where you've left the road behind, or when you had to drag that sled behind you. But
Yeah. That's going to be the milestone by which we measure difficulty from now on.
right, yeah. So, but that means you have 1 more hour though, where I'm gonna need, as you arrive in Care Dinaval, I'm gonna need everyone to make your Constitution saving throws. Was it a saving throw or a check? I'm trying to remember now. Hang on, let me. Gosh, I always lose the rules for Force March, because it's not under a sensible thing in in the rules. All right, I'm gonna have this in a second, just to double check whether it's gosh, if I can actually even talk. Okay, Forced March. It is Constitution saving throw. And the reason I just look up is obviously some classes are proficient in Constitution saving throws, and so they would have a bonus if it's a saving throw, but not if it's a check.
Right.
So, Constitution saving throw from everybody. We're looking for an 11.
I only made a 10.
21.
19.
22.
Oh, I think you're muted, Jason.
12.
Okay, so it sounds like only one. Was that Marcher that had just one?
Yep, I made
Alright.
a 10 instead.
Yeah. So I think just for whatever reason, do you have some thoughts on why this particular journey was a little extra hard for Marcher, given that he normally would be pretty good at this sort of thing? So you just get a little overconfident, and he keeps like marching ahead a little bit, and then coming back, and then he's kind of just making it more difficult on himself. Or
Somebody was struggling with their pack, and he said, "Oh, I can carry that." And so he carried a double load for a significant portion. And then once he had it, kind of didn't look good to ask to hand it back. So he just kind of bowled through anyways and didn't say anything.
Next time, give it up to the Dragonborn if it's too much.
all right, so let me show this bit of artwork to everyone as you start to come into town. That you see this town has got a lot of smaller buildings in the lower lying areas, like right on the lake, but it kind of creeps back and forth up along the hill to where this castle, the Care itself, is. Which
I like the Kelvin's Cairn, like in the mist behind it. That's a really nice artwork there.
Yeah. So, so let me bring you all over to the Care Dinaval map. All right. So, on this map, here, let me go ahead and by default, it has all of these little labels start on the on the GM layer. So, like, God forbid the thing that says, what the map scale is be something that the party can see. But I'm going to fix that in just a second here. Okay. There we go. So everyone see all those labels now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you come in right here from this label that says to the east way. That's the way that you come in. And so I think because Rowan, you know the area relatively well, I think you know that Dinev's Rest, which is down by the docks here, used to be an inn, but it is closed. It has been out of business for almost a year. It couldn't handle the loss of travel from the ferry shutting down and just people not coming through as much, and so it closed up shop. And there is, however, a tavern that has some rooms up at the top of the hill at the place called the Uphill Climb. So you don't have to necessarily go over there to know that, like, I think you just know, having passed through, that the Dinev's Rest is closed.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have some rooms. Hopefully they'll have some rooms at the Uphill Climb. And given its name, we've got a small bit of a hill to climb to get there.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing there, Marcher?
Well, I will make it.
Here, let me take my pack back. You were very kind to help me with it, but we've just got this little bit to go, and so thank you very much.
People.
Yeah, in the future, if you need to lighten somebody's load, I can, we can pass around between myself, Ale, and Marcher if need be.
So let's see here. Let me get the token. Here we go. The little party token. So you head on. Up the hill, and I mean, given that you've just done 9 hours of marching, I don't think it's it's not that much more difficult, except just in the way that, anyone who's been on a long hike knows how it is when you see what looks like the top of the hill, and you're like, finally, once I get there, it'll be done. But then you get there and you realize, oh wait, no, it just keeps going.
This reminds me of Nepal.
Yeah. So I think there's a little bit of an element of it feels like insult to injury, to have one more hill to climb. When it's like Dinev's Rest would have been downhill from where you came into town. But no, that one's closed. The downhill one is closed. You have to go to the one that is literally called the uphill climb. But you make your way up there. Now, what it does have going for it is it has a spectacular view of the lake and the frozen docks. You can smell hot chowder. Like you feel like it just like you smell it outside the building, and I'm sure after a long day that seems great. So you head inside. It's pretty quiet. Like there's a few people there. The proprietor is a middle-aged man named Rourke, who welcomes you in and just says, "Greetings, travelers. We've got hot chowder for you if you're looking for it, but I'm afraid we're all out of beer and spirits. Just don't get so many merchants coming through, and some of our contracts have been letting us down of late."
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was the town that had the missing town speaker?
Correct. Well, so let me double check. The rumor that you heard it was that where is that Speaker Cranach has fallen ill. Nobody has seen him in a long time, but sinister figures have been seen entering and leaving the castle at odd hours, was the rumor you heard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about is it past the time of the dusky twilight that would pass for daytime?
Oh yes, you basically that well, assuming that you left like first thing in the morning, that would have come and gone halfway through your march, your travel.
Light.
Where the
Oh, Mark, Wilfred does it for himself.
I figured.
Do I know where the town guards or the captain of the guard would be?
You're asking Rourke?
No, would I know?
Oh.
Since I've been here before.
I mean, so this town is not very big. It has like 100 total people in it. And that, maybe a quarter of those own a weapon that could maybe be kind of like if there was an attacking army, they would be the ones that would try to slow it down so everyone else could get away. And that's about what this town has.
Yeah, and it's all provided by Black Iron Blades.
Oh, wow.
Well, but there's but like obviously the care is like protected, like so like if there was going to be anyone in charge, that's where they would be.
Oh, so they'd be in the cairn. Okay. Yeah. I was hoping to get a quick talk in before going to bed, but going all the way to the cairn and then all that, yeah, that definitely has to wait till the morning.
Well, so I mean, the care is only like 10 minutes from where you are, just a little further up the hill. But I mean, I think, in fact, actually, what I'll just go ahead and tell you, since that would probably be the next thing you ask, is that Rourke tells you that he's got no rooms available at the moment, but that if you were to go up to the care, they probably have, they could probably find somewhere for you to stay.
Then I guess we'll just take the chowder then. Yep. Chowder and water.
Is somebody staying at your room? Staying in the rooms, or?
Yeah. Yes, there's a couple of rooms here, but nothing available at the moment.
Okay. Look around around at the almost deserted tavern. It's like, okay.
Well, so bearing in mind too that this is a tavern, it wasn't designed, it wasn't built to be an inn.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, the inn was the place that closed down. So
We'll take the small rest to have some chowder and then head up to the cairn.
all right. So he certainly is happy to serve you some chowder.
Now that we've been to several towns, what town has had the best chowder?
Well, I'm going to put that back to you, and I'm going to ask you which town you went to so far had the best fish stew or food or whatever. Because I think chowder is kind of defined by it has potatoes in it, right? I think
Chowder is just a milk-based
No.
thing. Yeah, it's just milk.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Although Manhattan clam chowder argues differently. Yeah, it doesn't have to have potatoes. It just has to have a seafood.
I would say the hag cauldron had the best.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
No.
I'm not following up on that one.
Yeah, I think that ends the conversation. To the castle we go.
All right. So, you head a little bit further up the hill. Let me bring you to that map. Okay. My guess would be at least in terms of in roll 20, none of you see anything right now, right?
It is all
Right.
black.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get everyone on there.
It's all painted black.
Let's see.
Like a rolling stone.
Okay. Wilfred. There we go. And all right. So does everybody see now? Like a little bit?
I see front doors.
Zoom way out if you don't see that much
I
at least.
see nothing.
there we go.
All right. Okay. Zoom all the way out to make sure you're looking at the part of the map
Yep.
that you should be able to see.
Yeah, but I've zoomed completely out.
Okay.
I just see a black box.
All right. How about now?
Oh, yes. Yay, hooray.
All right.
Now
That's
light.
supposed to have been saved. I don't know why it wasn't saved like that. All right. But everyone can move their tokens?
Yep.
All right, great. So you come up to the castle here. A sturdy stone castle, devoid of warmth and ostentation, squats atop the cliffs, overlooking the town and the frozen harbor. Warding the castle entrance, I don't know why I said it weird. Warding the castle entrance are thick, battle-hardened wooden doors. 4 cylindrical guard towers have wind-worn flags bearing the town's heraldry fluttering above their tiled conical roofs. These towers are connected by icy battlements and parapets. Atop the castle walls and within the guard towers, torches flicker. So basically the battlements and parapets and so on are about 20 feet up from outside where you are. That's how tall the walls are from where you are. So, what do you do?
I want to yell up at the guard tower.
Okay.
Hey, is there any guards in station?
Well, so you don't see anyone. There's not like a wall walk necessarily, but there are arrow slits in the. I guess it does say battlements and parapets, doesn't it? I guess. Hang on. Let me double check the map here. What it looks like on the upper level. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you call up, and then like on like the there's a second story above these front doors, and there are arrow slits up there, and then a face kind of peers through one and just says, "Ah, who goes there?"
We're travelers. The keep at the uphill climb said there may be some rooms available for the night.
There's a long pause, like enough for it to start feeling a little bit awkward, where there's just no response at all. The face kind of disappears from the arrow slit for the moment. But then you see you hear from behind the door that you're standing in front of, you hear another door opening and what sounds like portcullis and everything. And so the as you watch, hang on, let me see if I can make this dynamic lighting scene work. Eventually, they do open half of these two sets of double doors. So, do you see through there now?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are two people standing there. They have opened these portcullises. You see that there is this, this entry area where it's designed to be pretty secure. But they've just opened it up. They didn't ask you anything more. But there are two people standing there, and they are not wearing any kind of obvious like uniform. They are wearing, let's see, they've got leather armor on, but it's kind of like they each have like their own sort of just normal set. It's not like a militia uniform or guards or anything like that. It's just these two guys, it seems like. But what they say is, "Welcome, you are expected. We are here to escort you to meet with Cardoth." Hang on, I'm making sure I'm saying that name right. Where? I'm sorry. Give me a second. Where's the? Sorry, I'm like not finding where it says his name. I'm pretty sure it's Cardoth, and so all of this I could have just said yes, it's Cardoth, and pretend that I didn't miss it at all. Yes. Oh, okay. Kadroth.
Adroth.
Yeah, Kadroth. But yeah, they say, "Welcome here. We will escort you to speak with Kadroth, and he can see to anything you need."
We were expected.
That's right.
How were we expected? We didn't even know we were coming here till last night.
Well, you'll be wanting to ask all those questions of Kadroth.
All
All right, well, let's go then.
I have a feeling this is going to be a long night.
You are a cynic, Ranger, but you may not be wrong.
So as you pass through these iron portcullises and the two sets of closed wooden doors, they do close them behind you. Like, they don't just leave them open, which, I mean, I think, interpret that. Marcher, are you going in?
Yep.
I was just waiting to close the door before I moved the door back into place because you wouldn't be able to see where to put your token if I did. All right. So you...
Yeah, that wasn't ominous at all.
Yeah, so these two guys, one of them kind of stays behind, sort of to like wait to like walk behind you. The other one, goes up to these front doors up here. Do you say anything? Like, do you give them looks about them closing the doors and stuff behind you?
I wouldn't expect them to keep them wide open. I mean, it's
Open.
it's currently not scary except for the whole expected part. That's a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Right. So, as you come through the gates, footprints in the snow lead to various doors along this courtyard's perimeter, including a tall double door to the keep. Everything slopes uphill a little bit, so that you're currently this level of the courtyard is a little bit higher than it was outside. And so the tall double door to the keep with its unwelcoming row of arrow slits and barred windows on the upper floor. To the east of the double door is a small single-story building with a slanted snow-covered roof. That's this. West of the double door are 2 unused merchant stalls with torn canopies. Tucked under some icy stairs in the northwest corner is a slender wooden hut with a crescent moon carved into its flimsy door.
Yes.
At least we know where the toilet is.
Yes.
All right, so they are just escorting you through, and I'm assuming, like, you guys let me know if anything changes from the point of you're just kind of going where they tell you.
Yeah, we're following along.
At
That's,
this,
I'm watching-
at this point,
Yeah, I'm kind of watching where they're taking us. I'm assuming they're taking us into the keep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do the guys seem to be on guard or on edge, sort of?
No, they seem like, if anything, a little bit excited. But like they're in control. Like these guys, like they're not just like bubbling over giddy. I'm just saying that they seem to be glad you're here, but they're keeping it cool.
So I asked the guy.
Okay.
I say, so what's been going on? Why were you expecting us? Who told you to expect us?
Look, mate, I told you Kadroth is the one that's going to answer your questions. We're going to him right now.
All right.
Has anything strange been happening here?
He gives you just a look of just like, you're going to make me keep saying it over and over again? He's the one that's going to answer your questions. I'm to bring you to him. Maybe we will become best friends in time, but right now, let's keep it on a professional level wherein I do my job and bring you to Kadroth so he can answer all your questions.
Hey, look, Hoss, I don't show up at your door and suddenly be like, hey, I was expecting you.
Well,
Kind of out
that's
of
maybe the
blue.
difference between you and I, isn't it?
And Wilfred's just looking out the doors like, are you coming?
So the guy leading the way is going through into here. So I guess I should describe, as you enter this big door, there's this great hall. This once grand hall is dimly lit by chandeliers that are missing most of their candles. 3 long tables in the center of the hall are littered with dirty dishes, which a young tiefling servant is slowly collecting. There's no token for the servant. A stone staircase ascends to a pair of 20-foot-high balconies that hug the walls. On the north landing, directly across from the main entrance, hangs a banner depicting the town's heraldry, a stone watchtower on a dark blue field, with a horizontal red fish facing to the right under the tower. And I have a handout for that if you care. Like all of these.
I was going to ask when we mentioned heraldry on the pen. It's like, well, what is the heraldry? I thought maybe the module doesn't even say, but now it does.
Actually, all of these towns actually do have their the heraldry as images. So I could give you the ones that you've gone through so far if you want.
yeah. Well, later.
Later, doesn't have to
Yeah.
be now, but it does interest me.
So this is the one that's that you're seeing right now for Karatinabal.
Neat.
And so the guards are taking you through, leading you into there. They close the. I'm going to stop like opening and closing the doors unless it starts to matter for some reason, just because it's I don't want to fidget with it. So you go into this next room over, And that one, this is a well-appointed sitting room, and it looks like probably the place where like the town speaker would like receive guests, that sort of thing. But what you find in there right now is standing next to this other door is another guy in leather armor who was clearly expecting the guards to show up, and as soon as they do, he said, "Took you long enough." He's clearly talking to the guards, not to you. And then he immediately is going to the rest of you and just saying, "Welcome to Caer Dineval. I am going to be bringing in Kadroth in just a moment, but I just wanted to make sure that you've been well taken care of so far."
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not even going to require an insight check. That the two guards are working real hard to not roll their eyes at this guy.
Oh.
But yeah, so he's just like, do we have everyone? Is everyone settled? I can have the boy bring you some refreshments if you like.
Will we be waiting long?
Well, you don't have the refreshments would. I'm just going to get Kadroth in the other room.
All right, then I think it's best if we just get down to business.
Yeah.
All right then. Very well. As you wish. And then he just knocks on the door that he's standing next to, and Kadroth. And so, sure enough, the door there opens. Let me just open that one. And so in walks Kadroth, and I have a handout for him. So Kadroth is a paunchy tiefling with fancy clothes on. Got he's not literally holding a dagger like in the artwork here, but he does have a fancy amulet that seems to be made of some kind of crystal in the shape of a sword.
Are the guards tieflings as well?
No. They're like, let's see. The guy that had just, knocked on the door, that guy was human. The other two, it's, unspecified. So we could say that they're, one half orc and one half elf. How about? Okay. Yeah. So they're a mix is the point. So he enters, and you can see through the doorway that the room that he comes from looks like an office, but you don't see very much of it, just through the doorway. But he comes in and he just says, "Welcome. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Please have a seat."
Gonna go ahead and stand next to whatever.
Yeah.
But is it like a couch or just a bunch of chairs, or?
Yeah, I think that there's a variety of just chairs here and there. Maybe there's a couch too. Like everything is nice, but maybe a little bit neglected.
Yeah, Wilfred's gonna go ahead and stand next to a couch that somebody else is sitting at.
Sure. Rowan, are you still kind of hovering in the doorway there, or are you coming all the way in? You're muted again, I think. I don't hear you.
Yeah, I said I'll come in.
Okay. So one of the guards that came in with you stays in and closes the door behind him. The other one, leaves again. So you're all sitting there, and he just says, "It would appear that I have already been introduced as Kadroth. Tell me, what would you prefer? Would you like me to give my opening speech, or are you just in desperate need to ask your specific questions?
Well, I would like to know how your people were expecting us when we weren't expecting us.
Well, it's my business to know things about important people coming into Caer-Dineval. And I have it on good authority that all of you share a common enemy with our little organization here.
And
And
which
that
enemy
is
would
why
that
you
be?
are welcome. The Duragar, of course.
Ah.
Well,
Well, let's hear what you have to say. I am interested. So let's hear what you have to say. That will probably clarify things for us a little bit more than just simply asking random questions.
especially since I don't like the idea that you potentially may have been spying on us as recently as yesterday afternoon.
Well, you can probably see that we were coming from the top of the castle. That's probably not a far-fetched thing to say.
Yeah, but knowing about our little friend,
Yeah, that's an interesting piece of information.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we want to hear your what's the word? Spiel.
Opening speech.
It is my understanding, as directed by my patron, that being forthright with you is most likely to achieve the desired results given our shared adversary. So I will be frank. It was no mundane spy watching your activities. But in fact, we here at Caer-Dineval follow Levistus. Any of you who like can make a religion check. It's a relatively low DC.
What's my
I don't think Marcher would know that.
Okay.
Iggy got a 19.
18.
I got an 18.
All right.
got a 19.
There you go. I was setting the DC at 10, so. Levistus is an archdevil.
Now.
Yeah. And he says, and so it was Levistus that alerted us to your arrival, and he has directed us to form an alliance with you against the Duragar, who intend to conquer and devastate 10 towns.
Well, this does not sound unreasonable to me.
No.
Nope.
Do we know what the personality, or not the personality, but like how followers of Vistus are? Are they conquerors, or are they more kind of a pull the strings behind the scenes type?
So it's Levistus, which, because you all got like 18s and 19s, what you know is that he is actually on a layer of hell where it's actually like the prison layer of hell. And that although he rules that layer of hell, he is in fact himself imprisoned there, like in an icy prison. And so like frequently the, these like symbolism, the emblems of Levistus and so on tend to be like a figure entombed in ice. Now, as far as Levistus's specific personality, I don't think you know too much detail about that, but he is lawful evil, which would tend to mean that the followers are going to tend to want to accumulate power for selfish purposes, but that in general, they're likely to if they make an agreement with you, they mean it, right? Like they're not just going to just lie to your face and then stab you in the back. That's generally
Yeah.
not how they roll.
Also, and given that they would want to attain power, this storm and any probably attachments to the Frostmaiden are not in their best interest, seeing as it has basically put this place at a crippling pace.
Well, hard to know for sure, but it does seem like Levistus and the Frostmaiden aren't like known buddies or anything like that. And so I think you would be speculating about motivations in that regard. But it's not an unreasonable speculation, but I'm not like confirming anything.
Okay.
Marcher looks around at his friends and perhaps spots a bit of hesitation in their eyes because they notice it. So he kind of steps back and lets them take the lead on this particular interaction because he's.
Perhaps we might be more prone for an alliance if you could clear up a little mystery that has been going around other towns as apparent sickness and withdrawing from public of the town speaker.
Well, that is simple enough, is that the town speaker is our guest here at the care. And it is, we have found in our best interest that he is not too exposed to the public, given that he is not always as inclined to stay on message as we would prefer. And so we keep him isolated here. But he is certainly cared for.
So he's a prisoner.
That's a word that some might use.
Would it be possible for us to see him just so we could, maybe find, see if there's...
If you would like to verify for yourself with your own eyes that he is alive and perhaps unhappy but not in ill health, we could show you to where he is currently residing.
My real question is, why imprison the town speaker? What motive do you have to imprison a town speaker and then seek to make an alliance with us?
Imprisoning the town speaker was our means of establishing control here in town without making too big a splash. Right? For most of what people know is that they are, the town speaker is indisposed, not feeling well.
Why couldn't you just come to the town speaker with your concerns? Especially if this is in regards to our common foe.
The town speaker is not someone who is going to be useful to us in that manner. He is much more useful to us in his current state.
Okay. What would this alliance look like that you're proposing? Because generally speaking, we're adventurers. We're an adventuring party.
That
we usually just
and
work
so-
on a here's a task, we get paid, that kind of thing.
naturally.
Yes, very small scale.
So I absolutely applaud you driving right to the heart of the matter. What we can offer you here is a fortified base of operations where you would be free to come and go from the care as you wish, have a place to stay, to house whatever artifacts you might recover, to do any of your expeditions that you might need. We can provide you with a dog sled and dogs. We can offer other resources available here, but primarily a fortified base of operations from which you can make your own expeditions. Because we are here, as I said, to form an alliance and to help you do what you are already doing.
And what would you want from us in return for access to such a lavish base of operations? I'll be honest.
Well, see, that's what makes this such a bargain for you, is that we offer this to you because Levistus demands it. And Levistus wants us to offer this to you because he knows that we are at common purpose in wishing that the Duragar's plan will fail.
What happens when we're not in common purpose?
Do you foresee
Then
that
they'll-
happening?
Because it seems like, yeah, we might get some assistance now to get rid of this Durgar problem, but then what happens after that?
What does happen after that? If
Under normal, sir.
if you aid us with defeating the Duragar, then our bargain would be completed. You would have achieved the purpose for which the alliance was formed, and we would your base of operations would be maintained for so long as you felt it desirable to use it. You would have done a service to us. We would owe you our thanks.
Can we have a few minutes to discuss? Maybe we'll have some follow-up questions a little bit later, but I think give us a chance to talk it over, weigh out the pros and cons, and we'll see what we can.
Yes, of course.
See what kind of an agreement and other questions we have.
To prove my goodwill, I will allow you free reign of the castle. The only thing that I would ask is that you not attempt to free the town speaker. Otherwise, go where you like. Speak to anyone you would like to speak to. Have whatever discussion you need. I will wait here. But I believe that you will see the wisdom in what I offer. We ask nothing of you except that you continue with what you are already planning to do, and that we would offer you resources to help you in that effort. So,
That is a very generous offer. I say, guys, let's go out here and pull up a corner and
Have a discussion.
let's talk this through a little bit.
right. So I do have additional business to take care of in my office. I will retire there for now, but as soon as you are ready to speak with me again, just let me know and we can discuss further.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
And he gives kind of everyone a little bow, and then he goes back into his office. And that's when this other guy kind of just says, "Yes, so feel free to go anywhere in the castle that you want, and just let me know if you need anything."
Thank you.
And so, yeah, I think you can all kind of conclude that, like, this guy is the second in command who maybe thinks he's more important than he really is.
Really is.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
we head out to the common area there.
Yeah. And I think there he is. Never mind. So given the
So I will remind you that there is the tiefling servant who is collecting dishes in here too, but there's not a token for him, so that's why I'm just reminding you that he's there.
Yeah. But, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
I'm going to go ahead and move your token, Rowan, and just to be with the others.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is a bad deal, but let's be honest. We've not got something just handed to us on a platter the entire time we've been here. And it's not something that generally happens without a catch.
Oh no, I'm absolutely certain that there is a catch. I'm just thinking that antagonizing our is
Host.
Well,
yeah.
the question in my mind is that is he offering anything we actually need? I mean, we've been able to find hospitality wherever we go for a bit of coin that the DM doesn't track, and
Yeah.
I mean, a dog sled. I mean, if only one sled, it wouldn't make us travel any faster. We don't. I mean, it'd be nice to have a place to sleep here before we go on to our next destination. But
Yeah.
I don't think. I think that a more one for one barter, handling his Duergar problem in exchange for something, and then going on our way would be a much better arrangement.
Well, he didn't say that he had a Duergar problem here. He said that he was opposed to the Duergar's ultimate plan. And what he seems to have that we don't is information about that. I mean, we just generally know that they were collecting the Chardlin, and they had a map of I'm guessing of different places where they were collecting it from, but we don't know what their ultimate goal is. We don't know how many of them there are. We don't know who the Duergar are ultimately working for.
And if we were to oppose them right now, where would we go? We have no idea.
Even if we take them up on the offer, if we don't end up using it, if we don't end up staying here much, I mean, at least, we'll have a fallback place potentially that if we ever need it, versus declining the offer and having no fallback place if we ever need it.
You understand patrons since you are a warlock yourself. Is what he said track with what you understand of your relationship with your patron?
My relationship, yeah, it does track. Because my very opinionated sword has the means to make its will known, and it is often displeased if I disagree.
Yes, the kobold, the mines, the kobolds in the mine. Yes.
Yes. It is. Just because his patron is not on this particular plane of existence does not mean that his patron does not have the means to make its displeasure known to him. But the thing is that all his patron wanted to do was offer the alliance. If we choose not to accept that alliance, then that's not going to reflect badly on him, but it will reflect badly on us. But at this point in time, we've got this Duergar thing that's going on. We've got this Frostmaiden thing that's going on.
Oh wait, no, it's very seriously at that second one.
That we don't know we don't know enough about either one to even know what we need. If I'm honestly of the opinion that we can agree, but just not make a whole hell of a lot of use of it. If we don't end up making use of this place, then at least we'll have allies in one place that may be getting information.
Or heck, and they may seem to be part of some larger scheme, but it doesn't seem like they are in cahoots with our other foes. The ones who happen.
The Zentarum.
Yeah, the Zentarum who happen to have our cauldron.
Yeah. And that's a completely other
That's a
kettle of
completely
fish.
other
Those people.
problem to deal with.
Now, I will say, depending on what type of equipment and supplies they can provide, also information, seeing obviously having a, well, at this point, a god watching might provide with a far better source of intel than what we can scrounge up by asking drunks and adventurers.
Bahamut is watching, but he does not often speak.
Yeah.
And the last time he spoke, I nearly froze to death.
And my
The last time Iggy's patron spoke, Iggy got electrocuted.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was not fun.
Take
But you got a good crystal out of the deal.
Oh, yeah, I got a great crystal out of the deal, and I got Piccolo out of the deal. So far, I'm 1 for 2, or 2 for 1. Also, I am not dead.
Do you feel like if we take the offer, we need to do so and not like do so with a grain of salt? Like, maybe not necessarily trust them entirely.
Well, we can trust and verify and keep it
As he said, keep it
amicable.
on a professional level.
Yeah, professional.
Yes, I definitely want to look in on the town speaker.
Yeah.
We might want to see the townspeople before we make any decisions.
Yeah, actually, I think that's something we were given.
He said we can't break him out, but we can go see him. So I think I propose we go see him.
I second that.
That seems like an appropriate thing to do.
So the tiefling servant has taken an armful of dishes into this room, like the northeast room here. Also, just of note, because it's not always obvious from the map, that these stairs go up to a second level. So the dotted lines indicate. Actually, I don't know if you guys see those dotted lines. Maybe not. There's balconies overhead, so there are like rooms on the second level as well.
Okay. So, how about we get Mr. Important in there, the guard dude, not the head honcho guy.
Mr. Self's important.
Yeah. How about if we get that to show us where the town speaker is?
Or more likely, have him assign someone to do so.
Well, we'll actually let's see. Are there any guards
So they
outside these doors?
Well, I mean, you can look, but like I said, he seems to have as a show of faith, he doesn't have anyone watching you in this room, at least that you can tell.
Yeah. So I'm going to duck back in here, and actually, instead of asking a self-important guy, I'm going to ask the guy who was our previous escort, and since he's still in here, I guess, and say, can you show us the way to where the town speaker is staying?
Sure. Yeah. All right. And then as you're doing it, the other guy goes, yes, show them anything they would like to see in the castle.
Oh,
I look at the guy that's been escorting us, and I go, "I'm sure that gets old, doesn't it?"
Yeah.
oh, I feel bad.
Mostly we
dude.
just try to stay away from him.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just glad that you're not taunting us a second time.
Not taunting us as what?
Not
Never
taunting
mind.
you a second time.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
So the town speaker's upstairs.
Please lead on.
All right. You you remember what the boss said though, right?
We're
Yeah,
not breaking him out,
Yep.
but we're allowed to speak
breaking
with
him.
him.
Yes.
Yeah. We
that's
just want to
fine.
check in and make sure he's doing okay.
I'm just trying to make sure we're all, on the same page.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just move your tokens briefly here.
I asked the guard. I say, so do you now? Were you a part of the guard here before your this before was it
Kadroth.
Kadroth came here, or were you hired by Kadroth?
We all came in together.
With
Okay.
You know, like there's some of the the servants still the cooperative ones still work in the castle here. We need someone to clear the dishes away, right?
Yeah.
Into
Yeah.
the non-cooperative ones.
Well, it depends on how uncooperative they were.
Fair.
Understandable.
Some of them are still around. Some are not.
Yeah. Again.
Okay.
Fair.
So he guides you upstairs and then along this sort of east hand, the east side balcony, and he just goes up to this door here, and he knocks and says, "Yajeth, Kadroth says these adventurers can speak with the speaker." And so he opens, the door opens. And yeah, so there we go. Let's see. As you, this room is immaculately furnished. It has all the trappings of a royal bedchamber, including a soft bed, warm quilts, elegant tapestries, and a gilded chamber pot. Bars over the windows dispel the air of luxury somewhat, as does the guard standing just inside the door, who moves out of the way. And then as he does, you see that squatting in the far corner of the room is a pale man wearing a nightgown. He has an unkempt beard and seems hard at work filling a chamber pot. And he says, "Perfect timing," he says, his voice dripping with sarcasm.
Why don't we give this fellow a few minutes?
Yep.
There's a little bit of a nod of like, I think his gesture indicates like not much I could do about it if you said no. So,
Yeah.
so do you kind of just back out and wait for a few minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So where did I double up the, where's my other, oh, I see, Ale's on top of, sorry, I'm moving you briefly, Ale, just so I have my other token.
Ale's flying.
Is he flying or falling with style?
So,
Well, it all depends on if he misses the ground.
Yeah. So, in any case, you guys are just waiting for a little bit, I guess. And do you make small talk or anything, or? I mean, you've got this other guard who's out here waiting for you. He's doing what he was asked.
Mm-hmm.
So, I actually asked the guard. So, how have the townsfolk been since your arrival?
Well, I mean, it's not exactly public knowledge exactly what we're doing here, but I mean, honestly, it's weird just telling you all of this. Usually we're not, doing that, but we've been told,
Mm-hmm.
Alliance. So, yeah, mostly we don't tell the people in town. That said, not all of them are stupid, so I think some of them know it's safer for them to mind their own business.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of them actually, well, one of the reasons we came here is because there were rumors of mysterious figures creeping around this place.
That's probably us.
Yes. I realize that, but
Yeah.
Why did you guys come here? Is it because it's small? Or is there something near here that has caught your interest?
While they're talking to the guards, I'm going to gesture to Ale and go inside the room.
Okay. Do you have your token? I'll let you guys who kind of, there we go. Yeah, so the town speaker has kind of finished what he was doing. I think we'll allow the brief split of conversations here. So let's follow Ale and Marcher as you come in. You have he is there. You can see that like any rumors that he was in ill health is like he seems not sick, although he doesn't
Yeah.
seem like he's the picture of good health. He seems unhappy. He is in a nice room though and dressed like he's not being harmed physically. But he's in there and he looks around at you and just says, "Well, doesn't seem like a rescue. So what do you want?"
We wanted to ascertain how you were before we make any decisions in that regard. We received one half of the story. We wanted to see you in the flesh before we decided to act or
Not act.
Thank you.
Okay. So I guess my side of the story is that all of these people showed up under false pretenses. They said that they were arbiters that were employed by the Council of Speakers to help us resolve some of our fishing disputes with East Haven and Caer Konig. Then as soon as we let them in, they killed a bunch of my guards, took a bunch of my servants prisoner, and then have kept me locked in here for a few weeks. So that's not great, in my opinion. The one calling the shots is the tiefling, Kadroth or Cardoth or something. And like he's got a boss somewhere named Levistus. I don't know who that is, but he's following orders too. So, but yeah, that's so you're all caught up as far as I'm concerned. So does that help you make a decision?
Marcher looks at Ale meaningfully.
I'll give the smallest of nods. I think Marta and I both understand this.
Okay, so maybe in that moment we'll flip back out to the other conversation a little bit. So we've got Iggy, Rowan, and Wilfred still talking to this other guy. Did you have more to say to him, or you guys tell me how this plays out?
No, I'm just trying to get a better grasp on the situation and kind of, why this place of all places.
Oh, right. So I think what he says is, Levistus told us to come here. I think it's just safe, right? Like, I mean, it's probably the most fortified place in all of 10 towns. It's, so there's that, right? Already. And so it's good as a base of operations. I think we're supposed to probably start trying to, grow our numbers once we're established here a little better. But mostly we don't know the whole plan. We're doing what Levistus says because he's the one that sees everything.
Okay.
And he kind of fingers that you see that he's got an amulet with a little crystal shaped like a sword, very similar to the one that Kadroth had.
With what we know about the about Levistus, is that like a normal variant of their symbol?
I think from what you know, like I said, his emblem usually is a humanoid figure entombed in ice. So this crystal thing is not doesn't like the emblemery. What's the word I'm looking for there?
Amulet?
I guess sigildry is, I guess, but like, yeah, so it's not a familiar symbol is my point. But if you want to make a perception check, you can do that to try to get a closer look at it.
Oddly. Well, I tried. That's only a 7.
Okay, yeah. I think he doesn't have it out long. He kind of just plays with it a little bit and then puts it away.
That amulet you got there, it's like that reminds me of someone we tangled with just a few days ago.
Oh?
Yeah, bright blue weapon. Like ice blue weapon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And
Okay.
look at Iggy and Rowan.
Yeah, I don't think this is the same thing.
You don't think?
I mean, you mention it, and he does pull it out again, and he says, "This is how La Vista saved my life. I was out in the wilderness. I was about to freeze to death, and then I heard him in my head, and he offered to save my life if I would devote myself to him, and so I did, and he did, and here we are.
How did he save your life?
I found this thing in the snow, and when I put it on, it kept me warm. Like, and it stopped like radiating warmth once I got back into 10 towns. But I mean, I keep it because like it's the thing that my new god told me.
Course.
Yeah, so like
Of course.
it sentimental value, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but this is yeah, so it's a little intense, right? But I was going to die anyway, and I don't think I was going somewhere good before, so might as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and you never know. You might find yourself outside 10 towns again.
And in desperate need again.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, I think I'll stick my head in the door and look between Marcher and Owlay.
Yeah. So they've exchanged a look, and
We'll pass the look around even more broadly. We're very freely sharing of our looks.
Yeah.
okay. So
Eyebrow wiggle, nose twitch.
so the other guard in the room is watching you do that. And I'm gonna have him
He
make
has no idea what you're talking about.
yeah. So I'm gonna have the guard make an insight check here, and he gets a natural 1. He has no idea.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, dude.
Yeah. Well, David is unsure. Wilfred might be maybe a little more clued in.
I would like to make some kind of judgment as to the martial prowess of these guards.
Sure. What check are you thinking?
I don't know. Like
Perception, maybe?
well, I'm thinking that it might be insight because I'm looking at like their stance and
I would
their
allow
readiness.
insight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you like specific mechanical stuff, but yeah, I can give you basics there.
14.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy's not that tough. He's carrying a dagger. He's got leather armor, but you don't think he's very tough. And none of the people you've seen so far seem much better. But that's just of the people you've seen so far. You think Kadroth might have some tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. I'm actually going to use my psi crystal, my telepathy. On Marcher to see where his brain is.
Okay. So Marcher, you suddenly
It's right
hear
over here in this corner. It's right there on the map.
hear Iggy's voice in
I
your
keep it
head.
in the same place everybody else does. I don't know why anybody thinks Goliaths are weird that way.
Yeah, mine's in a bag of holding I left on another plane of existence.
Yeah. So, you Marcher, you hear Iggy's voice in your head.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what is with the significant looks and what are you thinking? Because we still need a place to stay the night. I just want you to remember.
You can
think-
reply telepathically, but of course, time is still passing, so you're kind of standing there, not saying anything.
I think we wipe these guys out and return the town to its speaker. They're not. These guards are not terribly tough. If we take them on piecemeal, we can wipe them out. And you know what, Marcher?
Is Marshall just going to initiate matters? I was wondering if you were.
Yeah.
I mean, it was going to be Marshall or Ale. I was wondering if Marshall was going to beat him to it.
Marcher makes a subtle gesture because True Strike is only of a somatic component.
Mm-hmm.
I will cast a bonus action True Strike, followed by a Ray of Frost at the guard who's in the room with us.
Very nice. So yeah, and that guy does not see it coming, so you can roll that with it. Well, I was going to say, I will even allow you to not do the True Strike because this guy.
I don't really need it.
This guy does not see this coming at all. He is like he rolled I gave him a roll to see how aware he was of your plan, and he rolled a natural one. So like he doesn't.
Okay.
You get advantage anyway.
19 to hit.
19 definitely hits.
It's only 3 points of damage though.
Well, that's not going to take him down, but
No.
it does. Yeah. So yeah. So I guess we're rolling initiative now.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay. I should tell you that I do not see Marcher on the turn order. In fact, I don't see any.
Well, I haven't added anyone to a turn order
Okay.
yet.
All right.
Yeah.
The question I have is how high up are we on this second story?
It's only like maybe. Let's see if it tells me. It's not terribly high. It's just like one level.
So technically, pushing a guy off this wouldn't be fatal.
I mean, if he landed really bad, but no, probably not. I think you would he wouldn't die. It would probably hurt
beating
him.
him up. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. It would require him to run back up around the stairs to get back to you, but it wouldn't.
But in the meantime, he could call for reinforcements and go get
Yeah.
Kedroth.
Yeah, we want to defeat these guys piecemeal.
Right. Yeah. So you zap this guy with a ray of frost. There is going to be an ongoing thing in this castle of people coming in and going out of initiative because of just the nature of when people are alerted and when they come running for you and all that sort of thing. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and put. So I think that you certainly got off that attack without there being any sort of initiative to it. But I'm not going to do a surprise round otherwise, though, just because, you didn't really have everybody else up to speed. You know what I mean? Like you and Iggy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But
sorry.
you got your first attack. So, let's see. I need Piccolo. There we go.
Piccolo.
Okay. Yeah, so your ray of frost sends that guy gasping, eyes wide, knocked back against the wall, covered with frost all over him and just looking really shocked. And then he's just like, "Hey!" And then this other guy out in the hallway is going like, "Hey, what's going on?" And so,
Yeah. And
all All right, let me get initiative for those guys. I'm actually rolling them for them separately because they're just two of them.
Yeah. And I don't know about anybody else. I can't see Piccolo on the tracker. I was about to put his number in.
I thought him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. He was on there somehow, but then he disappeared. Rowan, I don't see your initiative on there. There we go. All right. So, so this guy out here actually it responds a little bit quickly. So I think because he's so far from what happened, he didn't actually see what it was. I think that I'm going to have him, instead of directly attacking, he does draw his weapon. He's on alert. He is holding his action to attack Rowan if there seems to be actual combat happening, right? He didn't see the attack, but he heard enough to be pretty confident something's going to happen. So he's holding his attack for if someone else is hostile.
What I thought would be funny is if he ran to the door to see what's going on,
right?
And then there's 3 people that are going to go, can you bonk, bonk, bonk?
Well, we'll see. So, Marcher, you're next. You actually get another go on this guy.
Yeah. I am going to. You know what? I'm gonna forgo the true strike for now. Just do a standard.
These guys are just wearing leather armor. They're just kind of ordinary people. Yeah. So
I'm just gonna do a regular another ordinary ray of frost.
Thank you.
But I only got a 10.
A 10, unfortunately, is not enough. He is able to evade that one. Actually, the ray of frost slows his movement speed, right? But it would have been till your turn. So, but in any case, he doesn't have far to go to do what he's doing anyway. But it's not his turn yet. But so you missed with your ray of frost, right?
Yep.
Okay, Piccolo.
And you know what? I'm going to move in front of the speaker, so he can't.
Okay.
So he can't just.
Sure.
Try to move protectively. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So Piccolo's turn.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with him.
I mean, you can have him use the help action to give someone advantage.
That's a really good use.
Yeah, I'm actually going to send him to Aule.
Okay.
Dragon and dragon. Okay, I can dig it.
All right.
And tell him help out Aule.
Yeah. All right. So what is he doing to the cultist to help? I mean, is he just kind of like hissing and flapping?
Distracting him so I can hit him better?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Things flying around his head.
Mm-hmm.
Whistling really sharply in his ear.
Yeah. All right, Rowan, you are up. If you choose to attack this guy, you get to attack first, but his held action will trigger as a result.
That's fine. We'll risk it to get the biscuit. But I'm gonna. Oh, man, this is. I don't like close quarters combat. And if I move past him, he definitely gets to whack me, right?
Well, I don't think you can do that at all. Like, you can move past an ally, but he controls the square, so you can't get.
You would need to shove him in order to get past him.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, and there's no open space in the small hallway either, unless I stand in the doorway.
No, you're on a narrow balcony.
I'm going to pull out my longbow and shoot this dude in the face.
Okay, you're gonna attack with disadvantage, trying to use a longbow at point blank range, but you can do that.
You don't have like a short sword or something?
You don't have any melee weapons at all?
I do, but I'm not good at them.
Okay, but the longbow at disadvantage is going to be worse.
You'll be more likely to miss, even if your damage would be higher. Well, but
if you have something like a short sword?
I mean, we'll see. We'll find. We'll test it out. Instead of A longbow. I'll go with my 2 shorts.
All right.
Because short swords are a finesse. You can use strength.
Is that for any class, or is that only?
Yeah, they're just a general finesse weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's all it does is allow me to, because they're a finesse weapon, it just allows me to add my proficiency to it for attack rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I hit better with a bow by a long shot.
Well, it's because you're fighting style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But a +2 at disadvantage cancels out.
How much is disadvantage?
Well, it's not like a fixed number. It's just statistical.
Oh.
You have to roll twice.
Mathematical, it's
Take the lowest.
About equivalent to -5.
Yeah. So, did you make the roll?
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
No, 10 doesn't hit on the first one, does it?
No.
And then, let's see here. Second one does a 13 hit.
A 13 does hit.
Oh, wow. 2 points.
Okay. Well, you get a little bit in, but that does trigger his held attack. So he tries to slash you with a scimitar. I said dagger earlier. It is actually a scimitar, but but he only rolls a 7 to hit. So I'm pretty sure that misses you. All right, and then that makes it actually this other cultist's turn. And I think that although he's got Ale and Piccolo kind of coming at him in one direction, it was Marcher that attacked him before, so he's going up there to slash at Marcher.
Okay.
He makes his scimitar attack and gets... actually, click it. Whoa! He rolls a 22 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for 7 slashing damage. So that's...
I will take it.
Yeah. He rolled pretty high on his damage there. That's his max damage for that attack.
I'm okay for now.
Yeah. All right. So that's his turn, and so next is Wilfred, who's kind of in a tricky spot.
Right. Since the party has gotten started, Wilfred is going to pull out his crossbow, and
I'm going to rule that the other cultist on the balcony here has half cover because there's 2 of your allies between you. So he has an extra +2 to his AC.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and lean over a little bit to get it, to get a slightly better shot. Not gonna necessarily negate anything, but natural 1.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, that's not gonna do it. How about you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Me?
Yeah, because you were leaning way over to try to get a better shot.
Well, I was saying leaning towards. I guess. Yeah.
I feel like I need to make a dexterity saving throw so he doesn't shoot me in the butt.
Ooh, 7 on the dex save.
I think you lose your balance and you fall over the side.
You took a little tumble off the cliff.
Yeah. So that's that is 4 bludgeoning damage as you fall to the lower level. Yeah. So you land on one of the tables and smash it. If you had succeeded on the dexterity saving throw, you would have been swinging from the chandelier. All right. But yeah, you land and you take that damage, but otherwise, you're still in this. Okay, Ale, your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to move to here, and with the insistence of Piccolo, try to hit this guy with my sword.
Yes, you have advantage on your attack roll.
Yep.
Just to show that Piccolo's in his face.
Okay, so a dirty 20.
That definitely hits.
So
Smash.
6 points of damage.
That takes him down. But an interesting thing happens as his eyes roll back in his head and he collapses to the ground. All of a sudden, he goes rigid, just like it's got instant rigor mortis. And you see frost form all over his body, like from his toes up to the top of his head, as he just like, over the space of seconds, freezes completely solid.
Well, that's creepy. But then again, he is bound to a devil who's imprisoned in an ice plane, so
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. But he does seem to be out of the fight. So good on you for that. All right. So do you have anything else on your turn?
No, that's all I have for the moment.
Okay, great. Iggy,
Setting
you're up.
myself for the bigger game.
Okay. I am going to take a step backwards
Okay.
and cast Mage Armor on myself. And that, because it had worn off over the time.
Okay.
I was thinking we were going to have, maybe a nice bath. Marcher decides at the end of a 9-hour hike that he wants to storm the castle. Okay.
And honestly, Marcher and Ollie came to the same conclusion together.
Yes. So Ig is just gonna step back, cast Mage Armor so that he's not as squishy as he normally is. And let's see, do I have any bonus actions that I can take? No. Not at this time. So he's just hanging back in this corner out of the way of people exiting the door, and so that Marcher can step back maybe and do something or whatever.
Excuse me. Okay, so let me just try to think what happens next here. Okay. Yeah. All right. That doesn't happen right away. Okay, so we're back up at the top of the round. We've got our first cultist back up here. He's going to attack Rowan again. And he is also yelling for help. He's like, "Hey! Hey, they're attacking!" He gets a 12 to hit. Probably doesn't do it.
Nope, that is not it.
All right, so yeah, he does his best, and it's not good enough. Marcher.
Archer says, points to the other door, the one we didn't come through, and asks the speaker, "What's through here?"
He says that it is the old library.
Anybody back through that way?
No, it's empty.
All right. So Marcher gets his crossbow out and steps out onto the balcony and keeps an eye out for anybody who might be showing up as reinforcements.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you still make an attack if you want.
No, actually, I'm going to hold my action in case somebody shows up.
Well, there's still this guy right here.
Well, all right, fine.
You can hold your action in case someone else shows up. That's allowed. I'm just saying there is a guy who's right there.
Yeah, okay. I'll give our ranger a hand there.
All right.
And I'll throw a ray of frost his direction.
All right.
21.
That hits.
And 2 points of damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is slowed 10 feet.
Yes. All right. Yeah, he doesn't enjoy that, but he's still active. All right, Piccolo's up again.
Okay.
Piccolo did great helping
Piccolo's
me.
Yeah, Piccolo is going to help Rowan
Okay.
and get in this guy's face.
All right.
Excellent.
Great. So, Rowan, you're up. You now have advantage on your attack rolls because Piccolo's helping.
Names of this guy. All right, first I have a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
And a 10 does not hit.
Correct.
And another 2 points of damage.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
taking this guy down with mosquito bites.
Death by 1,000 cuts. But not death yet.
I rolled ones on my damage both times.
Yeah.
yeah, but Marcher, you and I have all rolled 2s on our damage.
And the worst part of it is, if I roll ones, my feat gives it another +1, so I don't even get the benefit of that.
Was your second attack a 10 even with advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
Okay, yeah.
Oh wait,
All right.
yeah, because with advantage you roll twice and take the higher, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first one was a net 1.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Wilfred, you are up, but now that you're on the lower level, you still have line of sight on this other cultist. That he still has half cover now because of the railing and the higher ground. But would you be trying to run back up the stairs or firing at him or what?
Just move over a bit so I can have a slightly better view.
Mm-hmm.
And then just load and shoot again.
All right.
That is a 21.
That hits.
2 damage.
All right. This guy.
Crap.
This guy is reeling and bleeding from a dozen different, well, not a dozen, but several different wounds, but he is managing to stay up. And he's looking at all of you guys as like, I thought you guys were cool. All right, Ale, your turn.
Okay, so I will turn to the speaker and say, stay here. And as you can see, it is a rescue.
Thank you. All of that tone from before, retracted.
We have work to do. Stay here, stay safe, stay out of sight.
Don't forget, some of my servants are in the cistern.
In the cistern?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then I will come to the door and see what's going on here.
Yep. Yeah.
So we have...
I think you again, it would be half cover to try to attack. Well, let's see. If you have a ranged attack, you could do it.
I have to change out the sword and shield for a crossbow.
Yeah, I think you might.
Yeah, I think it's a little too crowded for me to get into there.
Yeah.
I'm big.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm just moving. I'm moving for the moment, and that's
Okay.
it.
All right. Iggy.
Climb down.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast is our friend. And
All right, let's see if I can. I think that he's got. Does Piccolo getting in his face negate the disadvantage I would have because he's behind?
Piccolo, his help action only helps one person.
Okay, so yeah, and that was Rowan.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, let's put this guy out of his misery. I'm gonna back up and see if I can aim between Marcher and Owlay and hit this guy.
So I'm still ruling half cover, which means +2. You're trying to beat 14.
Okay.
14
thread the
or
needle
better.
between the two big guys.
Oh, and that was an 8.
Oh dear. Oh well. Yeah. So I think that you don't hit anybody, but like that, I think your miss is essentially that you can't get your line of sight because there's too many people in the way.
Yeah, too many big people.
Yeah. All right, so now at the top of the round, we have some of the other entities here in the castle taking some actions. Let's see. Yeah. Because it's almost like cultists who telepathically hear the news, from their patron might get a notification that the alliance is
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Oh, did they have to like open the email and
That's why I took-
pops up?
that's
It
why I
pops
took
up
it
in a sheet.
That's why I
The
took
castle is
my-
being attacked.
around.
All right, so let's see. Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah, so I think that this door, Wilfred, you probably are the only one to notice this, but this door to the sitting room opens, and you see that self-important guy kind of peek out through there, but that's all that happens so far. But now it is Marcher's turn.
Okay. I am going to. If I use my move action, can I, like, hop over the railing and down onto one of the tables, and still have my action?
I will have you make a check, but not a high DC.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do then.
Okay. All right. So,
what kind of check you want me to make?
Acrobatics.
Okay. That's worth a try. 19.
Yeah, no problem.
Marcher, it's like stepping off his bed.
Yeah. Well, especially because the table is partly smashed, so it's not quite level, but since
Well, it's
Wilfred
just
landed
like
on
getting
it,
off his bed.
Yeah. Yeah. So technically, I'm moving you over to. Whoops. Hang on.
Yep.
I'm moving your token over to the level 1 map. There you go.
And fire off another ray of frost at the one guy we've seen there.
Yep.
Nope, missed.
Yeah. Alas. Looked good up until then. Piccolo.
Piccolo's going to keep on this guy and to help out Rowan again.
Yeah. Finish him off.
Yep.
All right, Rowan.
So, yeah, guys, I'm a bad ranger. I definitely forgot about my Colossus Slayer. He was definitely not at full health before, but I'm gonna forget it this time. So hopefully I hit him.
Yeah.
Well, you do have advantage.
Yeah.
13 hit.
It does, and he only has 1 hit point. So describe how he goes down.
Send him over the ledge.
Send him over the ledge.
Yeah, it's an awkward swing. You can definitely tell Rowan is not used to fighting in close quarters combat. He would definitely prefer to be farther away. But it's a solid blow that he brings down. But he brings it down a little too hard because he's very frustrated with how he wasn't like really hitting this guy. So the force knocks him through the banister and down into the next area to
Very
finish
nice.
off that table.
Yeah. Well, and in fact, Marcher make a dexterity saving throw. Not because he's not falling directly over you, but he freezes solid in midair on the way down, and so the other half of this table is just going to be demolished.
Only made a 3.
Yeah. So I think that all it's going to do is knock you prone.
Okay. So the table's got some like internal bracing, and the frozen guy lands on one side and kind of pops teeter-totter style.
Yeah.
Archer from the opposite side, and he lands on his back.
Yeah.
This is worse than the Grimtruth traps module.
Yeah. So you land prone, but no damage.
Right.
Right, and I'm going to leave the cultist on the initiative just to deal with all of our other, cultists. But let me now just add all of, well, no, I'll get to the end of the round and then I'll add all of the other units onto there. So that was Rowan's turn. Wilfred, your turn. So you
Hey.
saw through the doorway to the sitting room, you saw one of the guys peek through.
Well, since it's obvious that the jig is up, I'm gonna move up. But there, I have a decent line of sight on him,
Okay.
and twang, but only got an 8.
Okay. Yeah, an 8's not enough to hit. All right. So, Ale, you're up.
Okay, so I am not going to go jumping down because that
Yeah.
seems
I-
silly, and I don't have wings yet.
Right. I think down across the grand hall, you maybe can just see like the bottom half of that door because just from your angle. But so you see that it's opened, but you don't really have a line of sight on anyone.
Okay, so I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So yeah, I don't think I can see anything I can't see anything from here, so.
That's a little better, but I think, yeah, so if you want to dash though, you can get all the way down to the next level.
Yeah, I might as well. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so I'll wind up here
Okay.
on the lower level.
Right. Yeah. Let me put you over there. You end up actually just one square south of Wilfred, like that. Okay, Iggy.
Iggy wants to stay on that raised level so that he's less likely to get hit.
That's a good thing.
But I was wondering, maybe, where I am kind of merged into the wall, if you could move me to the first level kind of up in that same position so that I
Okay.
can...
Yes,
so that I can fight from there and we won't have to be flipping back and forth.
Well, okay, but yeah, I mean, I think you don't have good line of sight on anyone in like through in you would be able to see anyone in the area that you can see on the second level map, but you wouldn't be able to see people through the doorway.
Right. But that's basically what I want. Is I want to be able to see, at least for right now, I want to be able to just see the people in the main area.
Okay,
you
so
drop prone.
I'll
If you
put
drop
you.
prone, you will have disadvantage since anybody's shooting at you, and you'll have a lower point of view.
Yeah. All right, so I'll put you here. Although we could, if you do, you want to drop prone?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
Not
so,
right now.
So we'll just say we know that you are on the second level, but this is where you are one level up.
Right.
Okay. All right. So that is your turn. Throw in the only one left up on this second level for right now. But
Yep.
now I'm going to go ahead and add some of our other unique individuals on to the initiative here.
Now, are these individuals coming through that door?
No. Well, so it depends. They're like,
coming from elsewhere in the place.
like you did. There's more people in this castle.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was just trying. I guess I can't see what directions they're coming from because I'm still up at the
Right.
top.
Right. Okay. So I just wanted to give all of them. Let's see. Hang on. I have to roll the proper initiatives for them. Okay. And okay. And then, sorry, this is just taking me a little bit of extra time.
Yeah. Not your fault. You've just got a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then this guy. Okay. All right. So reshuffling the initiative. So, it is now. Yeah. All right. We're at the top of the initiative, and what we have first here is that. Marcher, make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage because you're prone.
Okay. That's going to be bad. First roll is an 11. 9. Second roll's a 5.
All right.
So 5.
What was that? 11. Was that?
I was reading the screen wrong. It's
Okay.
My roll's a 5.
Okay. So you are going to take 7 radiant damage as Kadroth leans through the doorway and casts Sacred Flame on you.
Okay.
And so some bright red and orange flames leap out.
Just let me check one thing. I'm checking to see whether I can use Stone's Endurance on that. Yeah, I'm going to use Stone's Endurance as a
Yeah, I'll allow that.
as a reflex there and negate that damage.
All right. Well done. You just muscle through it. So he ducks back around the corner of the door frame. And I think as he does that, he shouts and just says, "You're all fools for this. Levistus does not repay treachery with mercy." All right. Next is cultists on their turn. And let's see. I think... they're 1, 2, 3, 4. You get a couple burst through the doors there, but that's all they can do on this turn. All right, I'm fuzzing the run distance just a little bit here.
Archer, how are you doing on hit points?
23 out of 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wounded by that one guy's slash, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I am the best healer in the party, I need to
right.
keep checking in on people.
Yeah.
All right. So
no, I've still got some tricks up my sleeve. So
right. So the doors burst open, and 2 more of these cultists are standing there in the threshold. You see more running up towards the doorway behind them. All right, Marcher, it is now your turn.
okay, I am going to get to my feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to back up a little.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw an ice knife.
First of all, let me move the doorway here too, because it's open, so you can see out into the courtyard.
I'm going to fling a quickened true strike ice knife at the fellow on the left coming through the door.
This one? Well,
Yeah.
the screen
Yep,
left.
that one.
All right.
Yep. So that is attacking at advantage. 13.
13 does hit.
And the two, him and his friend there need to make a dexterity save, DC 12.
Okay. First
to
him,
avoid-
then his friend. 8 and 8. They both got an 8. So that probably fails.
Okay.
Right.
So the ice knife itself does 3 damage,
Mm-hmm.
and the cold that comes with it does 12.
Wow. They're both instantly they collapse to the ground and freeze solid like you saw the others do.
That's an impressive trick.
I rolled really good on the damage.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That is. Are you going to do anything else? Are you standing up? I assume.
I stood up, moved away. My bonus action was the true strike, and then the spell. So yeah, I'm done.
Okay. That makes it Rowan's turn. Rowan over here on the next level
Balcony.
up. Or, yeah. Wait, Piccolo was above Rowan before. Let me do that again. So Piccolo's turn first.
Okay, Piccolo is going to join me,
All right.
and I am actually going to lie prone, so
Okay.
that I can see a little bit more of
Right.
the.
So you will still be making your attack rolls with disadvantage, but
Yeah.
you can see any, like, the two bodies in the doorway here, the main doorway, and you can kind of see through this sitting room doorway.
Okay.
Is there a clear landing spot beneath me?
The table there is ruined, but otherwise, yes. Like, you don't have the benefit of being able to land on the top of the table, so it's a little bit farther to fall, and you're landing on top of the table debris, but otherwise it's clear.
Well, I'm gonna jump down.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me. Hang on, let me move you to acrobatics if you have it.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do athletics?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess.
13.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Woo.
All right.
And is there no one showing through the door currently?
Not currently, but and you have your swords drawn right now. I think.
Then to finish up, I'll put those away and pull out my longbow.
Okay. Right. I will allow you to. Yeah. Okay. I think you're using your action to do the jump.
Yeah, that's all I'm
switch.
going to do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. Now it is a character that you don't know where they are yet. So they're just doing one. Okay. And then, yeah. So hang on. I'm moving them between levels of the map too. Someone in a slightly fancier robe is now visible through the doorway there. All right, now it is this other guy, the self-important guy, who you never got his name, but I'll go ahead and share with you now that it's Thoob.
Thoob. Second
Yeah.
in command, Thoob.
So I think through the doorway you hear a little bit of like, what? No, what? Are you sure? I mean, I protect you here. No, get out there. And so then he runs out. One, two, let's see, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And he's going to attack Ale.
Okay. Come. Let's reason together.
Yeah, he's got a scimitar and gets a 7 with his attack.
Yeah, not even close, bud.
All right, so that didn't go great for him. Wilfred, your turn. You've also got Thoob right in front of you now.
Yep.
The kobolds had better names than that.
Oh. Okay.
That's like the ultimate dig right there.
Gonna go ahead and switch out. Yeah. Drop my crossbow and pull out Warhammer.
Okay.
Say, looks like you're gonna freeze like the rest of your friends.
Well, we'll see. Make the roll first.
That's a 19.
19 will do it, yeah.
And doing it two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not?
Seems logical.
10 damage.
Thonk! He goes down.
What did I say?
Yeah, he goes down and instantly freezes in place, just like all of the others. And you notice actually all of them when they freeze in place, like even if they landed kind of sprawled, like they end up like in the sort of like coffin position.
Mhm.
All right, Thoob is off the board. All right, that makes it Iggy's turn.
Ale goes
Yeah.
first.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. When I resorted the initiative. Okay, Ale then.
Okay, what enemies can I actually see? At the moment?
You can see over the dead bodies of these cultists in the doorway. You can see that there's others out here in the courtyard.
And there's
Okay.
also Kadroth in the other room.
Yeah,
Right, and
but I
so
don't.
you
But
don't
running
have line
into
of-
running into
yeah.
that room alone against Kadra sounds like a really bad plan.
Yeah.
And
Well, you got people behind you. I mean,
You
there's
could
other people
also,
in the-
if
in
you
the
have a
order.
ranged attack, you could hold it until you see him. But but right. Yes.
I'm going to regret this, but Ali's intelligence isn't great, and he does kind of go forward. So he's going to go 5.
bear in
10
mind the tables that you have to go
Oh,
around.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And okay. I'm gonna hold an attack. If he pops out here, I'm gonna whack him.
Okay.
If he-
I think you need to be one square more.
okay, okay, then 30, right? So if he
Yeah.
comes to there, then if he ducks his head out, I'm going to take a whack at him.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that okay?
He'll have half cover if all he does is do this, which is what he's going to do. You'll have half cover because you're kind of around the corner of the doorway, but
That's
you will be
fine.
able to make the attack. Okay, that's Ellie's turn. Iggy.
Oh wait, can I actually see him from where I am?
No, because he is on the other side of the wall from you.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Iggy is also going to hold an action. He's going to cast Eldritch Flame when Kadroth pops out of the door.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Yeah.
All right. Which that is your turn, and so now the other red robe dude gets their turn, and they end up showing up like right here. All right, that's all right, that's their turn. They had to dash to get there, so it is Kadroth's turn. He is going to duck back into place. He does get to do his attack. Well, you know what? I'll rule that you can do your attack first because you were waiting for him to, and he didn't see you run up to that spot. So go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, here we go. That is a whopping 10, though. So that's okay.
10 is not enough.
A 10 is not enough.
At disadvantage, it got 11.
Okay, yeah, 11 is not enough either.
Okay.
So he, I think, ducks a couple of those attacks, and then I think he's going to look over to Rowan, and Rowan, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Ooh, oh boy.
Rangers, hopefully.
All right. Does a what is it? What do I get with an 18?
An 18 is a success. You briefly find yourself, your muscles, like magic is trying to sort of stiffen them and freeze you in place, but you are able to resist it.
Whew.
But he ducks back around the corner. So that is his turn. Next is the other cultists. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think he's gonna come up to here, and we're gonna get another one, get to there. And then everyone else is going to be piling in through the doorway here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 1, 2,
Pushing past the frozen
5.
guys.
Yeah. Well, they're having to step over. Yeah. Yeah. So you see that like like essentially there's a bottleneck of them in the doorway.
Yeah, nice juicy target there.
So that is 2 of them are going to get to attack Rowan there. So let me do that. One gets a 10. The other gets a dirty 20. 20 probably hits.
It does, but as a reaction, I'm going to wait, he said it was a dirty 20?
Yeah.
That wouldn't help me. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take that one.
All right, so that's 5 slashing damage. And then that's all of them that can get into place to attack this round. Marcher, your turn.
I was going to cast False Life, but I can't let this opportunity go behind. I am going to cast a True Strike 2nd level Ice Knife at the cultist in the center of that little knot there.
Okay.
So
Is it,
the 2-hit roll.
So it's within 5 feet of the target or 10?
Well, first I roll to see if I hit the guy with
Right.
the ice knife. And with advantage, it's a 16,
16 hits.
and that does 7 points of damage.
Ooh, almost takes that guy out just with that.
And then all of them need to make a dexterity saving throw DC 12.
How many of them though? What's the range? Is it just 5 feet?
5 foot. 5 foot.
Okay, so yeah, you're getting the 3 other guys there.
The other guys.
Yeah.
And the damage on that is 12.
Okay. So we're getting 4 dexterity saving throws. I'm going to say, it's this topmost one, then the middle one, then left and right from below is the order.
Okay.
So 13, 21, 13, 17. So the 2 13s fail, I assume?
Nope. My DC is only 12.
Okay, so they all succeed?
Yep. So 6 points damage each.
Okay.
But the middle guy is taking 13 damage.
Yeah, that's going to kill him. Whoops. All right. You guys are really fortunate that even though these guys are Levistus cultists, that they don't have resistance to cold damage.
Well, even if they did, it wouldn't matter because I've got Elemental Adept.
Oh, now you do. Yeah. So now this left-hand doorway has 2 frozen cultists on it, so it is extra difficult terrain.
Pile their bodies up around us.
Yeah.
And I'll take a move action to move a little further up these stairs. I
Okay.
don't like the idea of them coming after me.
Sure.
Actually, those are the stairs going up, so I'm kind of underneath the.
Yeah. No. So the stairs going up are the ones in the middle. So yeah, you're under.
Okay.
You're under the balcony.
Yeah,
So
I'm
there's
under the
no
balcony.
there's no stairs there on your level.
Okay.
All right.
Under the balcony, yeah.
Okay. Piccolo's turn.
Okay. Piccolo is going to hang out with me.
Okay. Doing anything?
Not doing anything.
Well-
I'm keeping him close because of certain effects that when he's close
Okay.
that I get.
Sure.
I was wondering if is it possible for him to basically help keep Iggy from being surprised? Like if somebody were to sneak up from somewhere?
I mean, I guess.
Basically, like help on a perception matter.
Yeah, I mean, if you want his action essentially to be to watch out to make sure no one comes up behind you,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
All right. Okay, so now Rowan, your turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to step over here, and I'm going to shoot this guy right here.
Okay, so you're gonna have 2 opportunity attacks against you to move away from them.
Yep.
Okay, so they are gonna get those. An 8 and a 16. 16 probably.
16 does hit.
All right, so the 16 is going to do another 7 slashing damage.
Ouch.
I will use a reaction to use shield.
Shield of Faith?
Not shield. Sorry.
Shield, the spell, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
See at 20, so he does not.
Yeah, okay, so as a general rule, choose to do that before I say the damage. But
Okay.
it's fine in this case, but yeah, let's try to do that in the future. All right. So but you raise the shield spell and it deflects his sword. So now you have your attack. Noting that, like, for example, the 2 that were right by you are at full health, but like this guy and these 2 guys down here through the doorway are injured from Marcher's ice knife.
Yeah. Depending on what I roll, I don't think it's going to matter. Does 17 hit?
Yes. Which one are you attacking?
The one right that was right by me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 10 plus 14 points.
So how are you getting to 14 with that?
Sharpshooter. Because I don't do my bonus, I basically take a -5 on my to hit.
Oh, okay. Okay, but you did subtract the -5.
Yep.
Yeah,
I rolled a
okay.
17 natural.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. So 14 definitely kills that guy. Yeah.
If these guys have the same, basically what I'm getting is these guys have the same AC as the guys above. So as long as I
Yeah.
roll a 13 or higher, I can hit these guys for 10 plus a D8 plus 1.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. It's definitely a risk worth taking if you can take them down in one hit. All right. That is one attack. You only have the one attack though, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So that is now this guy's turn, and I think Wilfred, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That. All right, page. Oh, that's 5.
Okay, yeah, you find yourself frozen in place as hold person is cast on you.
Paralyzed?
Yeah, so you are paralyzed, but on the end of each of your turns, you can make the saving throw again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cast by this guy here down here in the courtyard. Yeah.
Is he the only individual in robes? You said red robe?
There's 2 of them now that you probably don't have line of sight on the second one.
No, I can see the first one.
Yeah, so like your character should only have line of sight on the things that you can see with your token, which is kind of
That's
what
what I was asking.
Yeah.
If there was any other, like, in. You only mentioned that one red robe guy, so that's all.
Well, I'll tell you that there are 2, but Rowan can't see both. Okay, so Wilfred, it is your turn now, though. So you are paralyzed for your turn, but you can make a wisdom saving throw again.
Yeah, that's a 3.
Okay, yeah, you are unfortunately still paralyzed. Ale.
Okay, so I think I need to occupy our friend the warlock. As much as I don't want to go face him alone, I think I'm gonna have to. So
Yeah.
I'm going to move 5 feet. Oh, he's right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right there, and I'm
Well,
going
he's literally
to.
hiding behind the doorway and just zipping in to shoot and then hiding into cover.
Well,
again.
I am going to take a shot at him with my sword.
If you move one more square in, he won't have half cover.
Oh, okay. That's what I'll do. So
Yeah.
I got an 18.
That hits him, yeah.
So that's 7 points of damage. And then as my bonus action, I will cast Vow of Enmity on him.
Okay.
I should have done that before I take my attack roll, but it didn't matter.
Remind me what that does?
A creature within 10 feet and gain advantage on attack rolls against it for 1 minute or until he drops 0 or falls unconscious.
Okay.
I should have done that first, but
Hang on.
But it didn't matter
what
this
the
time.
Spell does. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So an 18 does still hit. He does seem to have a shimmering field around him, but
he's got mage armor, of course.
Well, it's not quite mage armor, but it's close enough. But the 18 still hit. So how much damage was it? 7?
7.
All right.
At least I didn't roll a 2 this time.
Yeah, you slash at him, and he gasps in frustration and says, "Levistus, help me." All right. That means it's all of these cultists' turn again. So I think several of them see that the robed one says, "Him on the stairs." So we're gonna get
Him on the stairs. Oh no.
yeah.
Well, yeah, he's
You are a danger.
Yeah. So
Nice knives.
No, they're going after the paralyzed guy because they got advantage.
Oh crap.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, they could seriously screw him up.
Yeah, so we'll just deal with those two guys first. So they're attacking with advantage because he's paralyzed. And if they hit, is it auto crit? Is that paralyzed?
Yeah, if they hit, it's automatically a crit.
Crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that guy rolled a crit anyway. Well, it's not a double crit, but they literally both, with advantage, they both critted anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 5 slashing damage from one. That's a pretty weak crit, but 5 slashing damage from one, and then 8 from the other.
Okay.
13.
13.
Yeah. And then all of these other guys are also rushing in. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that guy can get up to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think with the difficult terrain, he's going to run up to here, but he can't attack. So this guy can attack, but the other guy can't quite get there in order to attack. So this is against you, Rowan. Wow, another crit! What the hell?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, so that's going to be 13 slashing damage. See, that's what the crits are supposed to look like. The other guy can't get close enough to attack on that round, but he gets in melee range. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think this guy is going to go that way. There we go.
Now these guys that just moved in, they're damaged from the ice knife, correct?
Two of them. Some of them are.
The two in front of me.
No, one of them is, the other is not. Okay. This guy dashes to get up to you, Ale, but can't attack on this round. That's all of the attacks from them this round, but you can see they're swarming in. Although you can also see that although a lot of them have now charged into the room, that does seem to, at least that's the end of the swarm for now. All right, that's the cultists. Marcher, you're up.
Okay, one of the two that is attacking the paralyzed guy, whose name I can't remember right at the moment.
Yeah.
Wilfred. Is already hurt by the ice knife, and the other one isn't, right?
Correct.
Okay. I am going to cast a quickened true strike, freezing spears.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is one of your custom.
This is 3 blue streaks of light appear over Marcher's head, and he gestures with them, and they streak out towards the guys who are attacking Wilfred. One at the one that's wounded and 2 at the one that's not.
Okay.
And this true strike is on one of the ones that's not wounded.
Okay.
It only affects the first of those, though.
Right.
So,
Okay.
So I'll do that roll first.
Sure.
A 12 and a 9.
12 hits.
Okay. That does 2 points of cold damage.
All right.
Because my elemental adept keeps me from rolling ones.
Yeah.
And now the second one on that guy
Does it keep you from rolling ones by just making it a 2, or does
makes
it?
it a 2.
Okay,
Just makes
because
it a 2.
there's some where you re-roll, but
No, this
okay.
just makes it a 2.
All right. Well, it's better than 1.
Unfortunately, it's a 6 to hit that guy.
Okay.
And then the one who's already wounded, I hit it with a 15.
Okay.
And that does 9 points of cold damage.
That one kills him.
Okay.
So you got the wounded
I got
one
one
at
of
least. Yeah. And the other one is hurt now.
Yeah.
All right. Are you staying where you are?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm staying where I am.
Okay. Piccolo.
Okay.
Plenty of targets now. You could stand up and start shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Piccolo is going to go help Ale.
Okay.
And more particularly, he's going to go bother Kadroth.
All right. Sounds good. All right, Rowan,
Well-
you're.
Technically speaking, the way help works is you help one person, and then whatever attack they make, will they get advantage on.
But I already get advantage on him.
Yeah, he
because
has
of-
the vow of enmity on.
Yep,
Kadroth
so-
Okay.
already.
Use it
Help
on
somebody
something.
else.
Use it on something else.
Okay, so he's going to attack the guy who's behind you.
How about this? I will allow this. I don't know that you would know this exactly, but given that Wilfred is paralyzed, I will let you have Piccolo go and try to snap him out of it and give him advantage on his saving throw.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Annoy him to movement.
Yeah, I
See
will.
with the
Yeah,
+1 modifier to it.
yeah. You have just a funny little flickering impulse that might help. All right. Rowan, your turn. You've got your bow out, but they're charging you, so you've got 2 of them in your face again. One hurt, the other one not.
Alrighty, so I'm definitely gonna have to
Actually,
drop
no, both of those are hurt already.
So I'm definitely gonna drop the bow, pull out the 2 short swords,
Mhm.
and for my bonus action, I will cast the new spell from the cauldron of the new thingy.
Tasha's Cauldron.
Yes, Searing Smite.
Uh-huh.
The next time I hit a creature with a melee attack during the spell's duration, your weapon flares with quite high intensity, and the attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to the target.
Nice.
And if they have to make a con save,
I'm going to actually offer as just to, because it's a new thing, I think you could probably save the spell slot there because these 2 guys are both already hurt, and if you have your Colossus Slayer already giving you a 1d8, I think if you hit them, they're probably going to go down already.
okay. Well, I was trying to shore it up because I don't hit very hard.
I don't want to talk you out of using the spell. I was just sort of saying you might end up being overkill, but could be fun too.
That's fine.
right,
I'll do 1 hit at one and 1 hit at the other.
All right.
Ooh. That is a 7.
7 misses, unfortunately.
Okay, that's a 14.
14 hits.
Remember your Colossal Slayer.
Yeah, that's 11 points.
Yeah, goes down.
And I'm gonna stay where I'm at because there's nowhere I can move to where he can't get to me. So.
Yeah, yeah. All right. That is your turn. This guy is coming in to look through the doorway a little bit. I think Rowan, make a dexterity saving throw.
Um, 13.
13 is a success, so you evade the flames that shoot out from this cultist's extended hand. This is the one that is concentrating, by the way, on the hold person. Okay, Wilfred, it is your turn. You can now try to make your saving throw with advantage.
And no actions, no bonus actions
Now,
either.
'cause you make it at the end of your turn.
Okay. Well. Yeah, advantage. Hopefully, it's a good thing.
Mhm.
That's a 12.
A 12 is a success. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So you find yourself struggling to resist this spell, but then you feel like a leathery purple wing just flap, 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 flap. And the tail kind of,
It's like it's literally like just
yeah.
yeah.
Tweedle, tweedle, tweedle.
Yeah, and then you
High-pitched.
you are able to resist it. So you're no longer paralyzed. It takes up your turn, but at the very least the cultists are not able to still get advantage on you. All right,
Man,
Ale, your turn.
Yep, I am taking a shot at our friend the warlock with advantage because he is my enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 24.
24 hits. Yeah.
5 points of damage. Damn it!
All right. That is. Unless you're doing anything else, that's your turn.
Let's see, what else do I have? What other tricks do I have in my sleeve that I might actually throw at him? I haven't been hurt yet. I can't heal anybody else. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna. That's a bonus action. Yep, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
Remember
So-
those bonus actions before your turn.
Yeah, I know. Yes. I keep
Is that a
the-
concentration with your vow of enmity? Is that
Vow of enmity is a separate thing. I don't think.
Yeah, it's
you
not.
don't-
Yeah. It doesn't interfere with the concentration of the Hunter's Mark. So
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Yeah.
channel divinity, so it's not concentration.
gotcha?
Hunter's
Yeah.
Mark is, I think.
yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay, Iggy.
All right. So,
Yeah, any of these guys between the balconies you can see just fine.
okay, I am going to hit Lay Dude in the middle that has
guy?
just been hanging out there. Yeah.
right.
I'm gonna see if I'm gonna stand up and see if I can Eldritch Blast him
Yeah, all right, let's try it.
so that I'm not doing it at disadvantage.
Uh-huh.
23.
Hits. Yeah.
Oh, for 1 point of damage.
One. Can you
I
even get
feel
just
it.
one? I don't you have your, like,
Charisma bonus?
No, I had to trade it out.
Oh, okay.
I had to trade that one out for my Pact of the Chain
Right, okay.
bonus.
all right. Okay. All right.
And then, no, I think I'm going to stay right where I am because I don't want the anybody else to have line of sight on me very
Okay.
easily.
Sure.
I should point out that because it takes half your move, you can get up, cast a spell with advantage, and then go back prone again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because then I'll have cover from the bottom, even
Yeah.
if I'll be at disadvantage from the top, or they'll have me advantage if they're on the same level.
And you also have disadvantage on saves if they cast a dex spell at you.
Yeah.
All right. That is your turn. So now it's this other red-robed guy who's going to come in. He's a little closer. Let's see, what does he do? Yeah, he's going to. He's going to look up to Wilfred, who's just got the bad luck of being the most visible from the doorway.
Oh, Wilfred.
That's the way he likes it.
Yeah. And this time this is another wisdom saving throw. He points to you and says,
Oh, come on.
"Drop."
Oh, it's like a command,
Yeah.
and it's just drop.
Yeah, and we'll make you drop your. So on your turn, you will drop your weapon and end your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Command spell.
Yeah.
And it it means I have to drop my weapon?
You
Or I
failed the
have to
saving
end my
throw.
turn after that?
Yeah. Yeah. You failed the saving throw.
Darn.
Yeah. It would be a pretty useless spell if it didn't actually
the
cost
dropping
you.
the weapon isn't the
Well,
issue.
but okay, but like if
So
you
much.
if you
Yeah.
dropped it and then could just pick it right back up and then have your turn, then the spell did nothing.
Well, yeah. I was thinking
Right?
more as like drop that weapon, draw another one.
No.
But-
Not the way it's written.
The spell,
Okay.
like, there are consequences to failing saving throws. All right, so that's that is that guy's turn. Huarwar Mulfoon is that guy's name, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
right,
The world.
right.
We
Uh-huh.
need to prove them.
What?
So
These guys definitely need a marketing consultation.
An intervention.
or at least maybe their parents need to know, hey,
Thoob.
yeah.
Come on, guys. Thoob.
Yeah, I think that I think that you're hearing that Kadroth is going to say, yeah, that's a good idea. So he points to you, Ale, and says, drop. So I need another wisdom saving throw from you, Ale.
Wisdom saving throw. 15.
Okay, that is a success. So you feel momentarily like an impulse, like you're going to drop your weapon and your shield, but then you're like, wait, maybe I should not do that.
Yeah, maybe that's a better plan.
Yeah. Okay, that was his turn. It didn't work. He's bummed about it. This guy is attacking Wilfred, who's no longer paralyzed, so just normal attack. Wow, what is with all these crits?
No one hesitates to say that.
I mean, like, I think it defaults to GM rolls, so you guys are not necessarily seeing it. But if you look on the stream, I'm not making this up. It's just they're all
Yeah.
coming up.
Oh, yeah, we trust you.
We believe
Yeah.
you.
So that's another 11 slashing damage for that guy.
Yeah, Wilfred is looking pretty hurt.
For
Yeah.
you sword users, you should definitely pick up these scimitars after we kill these guys.
Sell them to Black Iron Blades.
Yeah.
No, use it for yourself.
So this guy, I think, is going to come up here, and he's also attacking you, Wilfred. But he only gets a 13.
Okay, that
Misses, I
that
assume?
tingles into it. That strikes his chainmail.
All right. So then we've got one more attacking you, Rowan. He gets a dirty 20. So are you, like, I think shield you said doesn't help you with that, right?
Not if it's a 20.
Okay, so that's another 6 slashing damage for you.
Ouch.
And then we've got this one attacking you, Ale,
Yep.
from behind, but he only gets a 10.
Yeah, not even close.
Nope. All right, Marcher, you're up.
All right. As much as I would like to help my friends out here, those spellcasters are much bigger, fatter target. I am going to use my last second level slot to cast a second level ice knife at the leading of the two robed fellows who've been casting spells.
Yeah.
And it's going to, and once again, it's going to have a quickened True Strike, which is the last of my sorcery points. So I'm starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel here, guys. First one is an 18 to hit with the piercing part.
18 hits, yeah.
And that does 6 damage.
Okay.
And then they need to make a DC 12 Dex save to
Okay.
avoid 8 points of damage. 9 points of damage because that 1 becomes a 2.
Okay, so the first guy is the one you hit. He gets a 9, so that's going to fail. Second guy gets a critical miss, so that's a 3. So they both take 9 more.
Yep, 9 more. So 15 on the first guy, 9 on the second.
I subtracted the 6 already, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. So both of those take that damage, and they don't look happy about it, but they're still going. They're tougher than their foot soldier brethren.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am. I don't have a whole lot of other options.
Yeah. All right. That makes it Piccolo's turn.
All right.
Can Piccolo heal?
No.
Just asking for a friend.
Piccolo's gonna come help you.
All right.
Get in this guy's face.
All right.
Give you advantage.
Okay. Now it's your turn, Rowan.
I want to try something crazy. So can I throw a short sword?
I mean, in a literal sense, yes. But they're not designed to be thrown, so I would say you can't use your proficiency. You could use your dexterity, but not proficiency, because the short sword is not, like, balanced for throwing.
Okay, that's fine.
So you can add your dexterity, but not proficiency, if you want to throw the short sword. But why do you want to do that if he's right there in front of you? You want to throw it at someone else?
Because I can attack.
He's trying to help Wilfred.
Okay, well, if you can take out the guy who's in front of you, then you can just walk over to the other guy.
Or I should point out that if you just take a 5-foot step to the left, you won't provoke an opportunity attack, and you can just whack him with it.
Yeah, like you could move here and then attack this guy without taking an opportunity attack.
Yeah, but that puts me in direct on the side of both casters.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, could I melee the one dude and then use for the second attack throw it at the spellcaster since he's already hurt?
Yeah, I'll allow that. You throw your offhand short sword. Yeah, sure.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
I'm going to attack the first guy with advantage because of my special dragon friend.
Yes.
It is 15.
15 hits. Yeah.
And he's already hurt.
Yep.
Where did that go? Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, he takes max damage. He takes 9 plus 6. So that's 15.
He is definitely dead. He is a cultist sickle.
Piccolo whistles the Final Fantasy VII victory song.
Perhaps premature, but cool.
Yeah.
And so then you can make your attack with proficient or with dexterity, but not proficiency on this other guy here. Yeah, or for that matter, it's only 5 feet to move over there, and you could attack, and then I guess if you want to stay out of line of sight, that's the trick, right? But
you could move over, make the attack, and then move back. Well, that would provoke an attack.
but only from that guy.
Yeah. So if you take him out, then you don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to come through the doors and have line of sight on all of us anyways. Don't worry about it. Go hit him.
Yes, but I could potentially kill this guy if I hit him. Because remember, you've wounded both the spellcasters.
Yeah.
And they're the ones giving us the worst problem.
All right.
So I'm going to wing the short sword at that first guy.
So this guy or the guy down here?
The road.
Yeah,
guy.
okay. Yeah. All right.
So my dex is a +1. 17?
That hits, yeah.
Nice.
Throw sword.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Max, damn it!
Nice. Nice. So how much is that?
That's 15 points.
Wow. That guy is not dead, but he's pretty close.
Oh, wow, they're tough.
So,
Yeah,
so,
so-
I mean, his guy's got a sword just thrown from across the room, just sticking in him.
Yeah. So he's coming in looking all badass and doing all that, and like Emperor Palpatine, and then all of a sudden you just throw a short sword and it just goes thunk into his shoulder, and there's a moment where he's like, "Ah!" Yeah.
Who throws a sword?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, he is very wounded. He is almost down. All right. That guy's name, by the way, is Fel Supara.
That's not a bad
See,
name.
now that, what, you see, yeah.
All right.
His name.
It is actually his turn now, though. So I think he knows where you are now, Rowan.
Yeah.
Where did my... Oh, I closed it. Hang on. I have to open the... There we go. Let's see what he feels like he needs to do to you. He is going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Honestly, I should have had them do that a long time ago.
Yeah.
They've had all these wasted bonus actions for all of these turns so far.
Yeah.
Let's see if I've got a good...
Overconfident.
Yeah. I'm going to use my token for Mew from the Burn Bright game.
He returns. and
Now,
hits
but
them.
the attack from the spiritual weapon is only a 10, so it doesn't hit you. But that's a bonus action, and so he does require you do need to make a dexterity saving throw.
14.
14 is a success, so you evade the sacred flame. All right, Wilfred, your turn. You are forced to drop your weapon and end your turn, I'm afraid.
Okay. Can I do a bonus action not related to weapons?
What is it?
Second wind.
Yeah, okay. I'll allow that.
Okay. Yeah. So drop
Nice.
my
Yeah.
warhammer and just.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So that is Wilfred's turn. Ale, you're up.
It's time to take another shot at Cadbroth here. A 19?
19 hits.
Okay.
Oh.
16 damage overall.
Wow.
Yeah, he is almost down. He is not quite all the way down, but very hurt. Very hurt.
Finally rolled decently.
You have absolutely ruined his fancy clothes.
He's going to get more ruined than that in a minute, I hope.
Yeah. All right. That is Ali's turn. I assume you're staying.
Wait,
Oh, wait.
hold on.
Huh?
Let me think about this for a second. Let's see
Okay.
if there's anything else I might throw.
As a
That's
bonus
an
action, you
action.
could whack him usually with your shield.
Is that? I mean, that's
I don't.
not.
No, I don't have. I only have his 2-weapon fighting.
Okay.
So no, I don't have anything else I can.
Yeah, that's. You think you have to have a feat to do that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So sadly, no, I can't do anything else.
Okay. Iggy, your turn.
All right, I'm going to stand up and try to hit this dude right below Wilfred
Okay.
with Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Fingers crossed. Natural 20.
Yay!
All right.
Finally, a crit on our
Nice.
side.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. How does the damage look? Your
Roll
critical
it.
damage.
19.
Yeah, totally dead.
And it crouches back down so that he makes a smaller silhouette.
Yeah.
I honestly, with the way we do crits, I don't think Iggy could actually do a small enough amount of damage to not kill.
It just occurs to me, I haven't actually, so the crits so far from the enemy side, I've been just using what Roll20 said. I'd kind of forgotten about that. So thank you for the reminder. I'm not going to retcon any of that, but
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, they got their crits already, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That is Iggy's turn. So it is now Huarwar Mulfoon's turn.
And one guy with a good name.
Yeah. So
That is not him.
yeah, let's
Oh my
see. What is? Yeah. Okay. So I think he can. Actually, I think he's looking up at Marcher, and I think you're getting. Well, first of all, he's also going to cast Spiritual Weapon. So that is a 6 to hit. So never mind that.
Marcher jumps over it as it swings at his knees.
Yeah. So dexterity saving throw though, also.
Okay. 13.
That's a success.
Okay.
All right. So now we're back up to Kadroth, and so I think Ale all of a sudden he's just saying, "Wait! I have information that you'll need. This is a mistake." And he is not attacking, although I reserve the right to say that he's holding an action for if you attack him.
Sure.
Subdue him.
All right, so that is Kadroth's turn. Now, cultists, there's actually only one left, but he's going to
Aren't
attack
there
you.
two?
Ew,
One
the
by
one
Wilfred
behind
and one-
Ale.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't think he's actually been taking a turn.
No, he has. He keeps
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so one attacking Wilfred gets an 11. The one attacking Ale, 12.
Yeah.
All right, Marcher, that's you.
Okay. I am going to use a bonus action to convert a first level spell into 2 sorcery points. And I'm going to cast a non-true strike ice knife at the robed guy on the right.
Okay.
Critical hit!
Nice.
Yay!
So I do max damage plus a die roll.
Yes.
So that's 18 piercing damage to him. And they need to make a dexterity save DC 12 to avoid 7 points of cold damage.
All right, so let's that's the wrong one. So the guy you hit, his saving throw first, then the other guy. So that's an 8 and a 14.
Okay,
So-
9 points for the first one and then 4 points for the second.
That guy goes down. The first guy goes down. That crit did a number on him. Yeah, so
Okay.
he is dead, and then the other guy.
His spiritual weapon goes away too.
Oh yeah, and then for that matter, that guy, that second one, only had 3 hit points left.
Okay.
They're both dead, and both of their spiritual weapons go away. All right, well done. That crit was pretty clutch there.
Thank the dragon for
Because one of-
enemies that bunch up.
Yeah. Well, they kind of had no choice. This is like a castle is literally designed for choke points and stuff. Like that's the whole
Yes.
that's the whole idea.
The castle against
You guys yeah, exactly. You managed to be on the inside of the protected part of the castle when this whole thing
Yes.
started. So, all right. So that's Marcher. Are you gonna move or anything?
I'm going to no. I'm gonna just kind of slump where I am.
Okay. All right. That's Marcher's turn. Piccolo.
All right. Piccolo is going to go help out Wilfred.
All right. Rowan, your turn.
Alrighty, can I pick up my weapon and shoot the gentleman who is trying to attack Ale in the back?
You can.
Has he been hurt?
No.
No, I've been ignoring him completely.
The only guy here who has not been hurt.
That's
Right.
You can shoot the guy who's attacking Wilfred. He's hurt.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my -5 and see if I can just kill this guy outright.
All right. We'll
Okay.
see. Yeah.
12.
12 just hits.
Oh man, you are a menace.
Very nice.
He takes 12 points.
Yeah, he is down. You know.
Hit. Suddenly, guy goes out like,
Yeah,
Ranger.
he has been pissed off. He's cursing under his breath, trying to get through Ale's armor. He's like, I'm stabbing him in the back. How is this so hard? And then just.
I feel like this is a scene out of Nina Kimberly the Mercenary.
Very nice. So you have killed that guy. Are you going to move?
No, I'm hurting pretty bad.
Yeah. All right. So that is, would have been Fel Suparo's turn if he were not a cultist sickle. So Wilfred, it is your turn. You can pick up your weapon now.
Going to pick up my warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wilfred has just been knocked out.
Try and do baseball against this cultist.
Yeah, with advantage because of Piccolo.
Yeah. Had to get back to the right. Ooh, advantage is good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's 22 is gonna hit.
Okay, yeah. Let's see that two-handed damage.
Only 4.
Oh no! Yeah, so he's not down yet. He's certainly
You know what?
injured, but
I'm going to use action surge and try it again.
sounds good to me. I think you would have advantage again, right? Like the help is not just for the first attack, or is it?
I have no idea.
I'm going to
Dan's
rule at
rolls.
least for right now that it still counts. We'll look it up and try to adapt for another time.
Neither one hits.
Oh, okay. Oh well. Both
It's
are lower
11
than 12.
was the highest.
Yeah. Okay. Oh well. All right. So that makes it Ale's turn. You've got this guy. Looks like he's ready to try something if you attack him, but he has asked you to stop.
So what are my options to try to subdue him other than like just commanding him to do so?
I mean, you tell me.
I want to hit him, not to kill him, but just to knock him
I mean,
out.
you can do non-lethal damage,
Yeah, I want to do non-lethal
but
damage.
if you try to attack him, he will get his held attack against you.
That's fine. I'll take it.
All right. He is going to try to cast Inflict Wounds on you. He gets a 16.
16 will miss.
Okay, yeah. So he tries, his hand crackling with like necrotic energy, but you evade it and you can make your attack.
Uh, 15.
15 hits.
Oh crap!
Damage.
No, yeah. I did I did the thing wrong. 8 damage.
Yeah, he is out like a light,
Perfect.
unconscious.
We need to look for the cistern that's where the servants are.
Yes.
All right. That is all of the bad guys. So.
No, how about the one?
Oh, you're right. No,
I-
just the one. Right,
Wilfred.
you're just Piccolo was on top of him, so that's what threw me. So, okay. Yeah. So that's Ale's turn. Iggy.
All right. 15 to hit with Eldritch Blast.
Oh, 15 hits. Yeah.
Yeah. And 3 points of damage.
Oh, he's still up.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy.
He's a Terminator.
He's still up. So, Kadroth is unconscious. It is just this one guy's turn, and I think he looks around at all of you.
We're all still standing. None of his friends are.
And I think he just looks up and he goes, "Levistus, preserve me!" Looks around uncertainly.
Yeah, that didn't
that
do anything.
One in 100 divine intervention chance.
Yeah, Marcher, your turn.
Marcher, just like shakes his head, and what the hell? I'll cast a True Strike Ray of Frost.
All right.
Mark off the resources here because I'm running low.
Mm-hmm.
And 21.
Yeah, that'll hit. He only has one hit point. So.
And 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
So.
So I'll peek my head out. How did the rest of the fight go?
So he immediately freezes into a solid corpse, and you suspect Levistus has preserved him in not quite the way that he. So yeah, I think as this happens, you all kind of take a breath, realize no one else seems to be coming right now. But Ale, I think as you are standing there, you see for a moment, in his unconscious state, Kadroth seems to be like twitching, like he's having a nightmare. And then his eyes like bolt open and he screams, but the scream is cut off as he freezes solid, just like the others.
Well, I guess his patron was not happy.
Yeah. I feel like if Kadroth was there to be able to say so, he would say, "Levistus, you told us to let them in."
I'm sorry. I did subdue Kadroth, but unfortunately, his patron finished the job. Who needs healing? Everybody?
No, the people who are on the floor, yes.
I could use them,
Marcher
but I'm
is
not desperate.
Yeah, Marcher is wounded but not desperate.
Well done, by the way, you guys. That was a good combat.
Yeah,
I have 2 slots for cure wounds. So, and of course I have my.
Well, my thing is, if we actually get a night's rest,
That's true. That's true. A night's rest might save it. If
We
there's
still
no other fight.
have to go get save the servants.
We have to save the servants in the cistern. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going to duck my head into the speaker's room and say, "Okay, so I think we've killed all the cultist people. I would stay here for just a little bit longer. We'll do a walk around, but just
Yeah, absolutely.
that's where we are right now."
That's great. I mean, obviously, like, be careful, but I thank you so much. I know that I think some of the like the other household servants, the one were like in the kitchen or elsewhere in the house, but the ones they took down to the cistern, there's a trapdoor in the northeast tower to get down there.
Okay. So trapdoor in the northeast tower to get to the cistern?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let these other guys know.
Okay, how about
Did
Alan
you
and I will
see
make a
the?
sweep of-
Oh yeah, never mind. I was about to have him say something else, but he wouldn't know that. All right.
Okay,
Okay.
Ale, how about you and I make a sweep of the rest of the castle and make sure there's no cultists lurking about, while the rest of these people let the servants out.
So,
That sounds good.
quick question, you guys. So it's it's after 10. We just had an awesome combat. We could potentially stop there and have you search the castle and stuff next time, or if you're good to keep going, we can go ahead and do the castle search and stuff now. I'll say that I don't expect another combat tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
In
theoretical.
that case, I'm good to keep going for a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
If combat were to break out again, we would stop at that point, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So,
So
but you
I
guys tell
will-
me what you're doing.
Marcher and Ale are doing the sweep. Everybody else, I think, is going to go rescue servants.
Well,
Yeah, and I've-
okay. If you're splitting up, all right.
Yep. Northeast tower shortcut to the cistern. It's a
Okay.
trapdoor.
All right. So, I mean, okay. You sure you don't want to stay together for safety as you explore the?
Egg will go with them.
Let's
Okay.
stay
Okay,
together.
let's all go
stay
to the
together.
I mean, like,
servants
if like I'm not going to insist. It's just easier for me if you all stay together.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's all stay together.
Okay, let's all
Okay.
stay together.
All right.
Let's go to the cistern.
During the-
All right. So, like,
Let's be real. I've
so
got 60 hit points out of 40 left. I don't want to be by myself right now.
yeah.
Okay, Ale, he needs healing.
All right.
All right, so let's give you a. Okay, so let's use a cure light wounds on you for 1d8 plus 1. Six points back.
Yay. That's good.
Muted.
I've got more. If I can use my lay on hands if anybody really wants more right now.
No. That'll be enough, especially if we don't end up fighting anything redonkulous for the rest of this. But I feel like our numbers should be good if there is any cultists left.
Yeah. So, tell me where you're checking. Like, obviously, there's rooms in this main building that you haven't visited yet. You know, where are you going?
I think at least poke our heads into here.
Okay. So the northeast room. Let me. So the northeast room is the kitchen. And so in there, this kitchen reeks of fish. It is furnished with stone ovens, a fireplace for roasting skewers of meat and boiling soups, and woodblock countertops. A portly cook busies himself at a table while a kettle belches steam over a fire in the hearth. A kennel by the door holds a pair of goats. The tiefling servant from before is also in there, even though there's not a token for him. He looks up at you, and then I think he kind of leans over to look through the doorway. Just kind of goes, I'm
Clean up
guessing
on
fewer
aisle
for.
2.
I was going to say fewer seats for dinner.
Yeah.
That's a better
So
line, yeah.
let me just go ahead and say, my name is Karu Salafan. I'm a good cook, and I mind my own business.
Well, if you're
keep
not
at that,
with
we'll probably be needing dinner later, but right now we're looking for see if there's any more cultists around. So you have a good evening.
Yeah. All right.
Dinner later will definitely be.
The
Yeah.
tiefling servant is like about 14. Introduces themselves as Mir, but also seems like pretty unsure. Like is more inclined to just say like, if you guys are okay with me just staying in here, I think I will also do that for now.
Yeah.
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 Seems to be following the cook's lead there. All right.
Yeah. When we get back, I'll use Mage Hand to huck the bodies out.
Okay.
wow.
Mage hand
Hand
can
would
only
go.
lift like 5 pounds. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right, so checking the southwest room next, or
Yeah.
the southeast. I mean,
southeast room.
yeah. So that room seems to be servants' quarters. There's this place for servants to rest, bathe, and clean their uniforms. The furnishings reflect as much, and so there. It looks like there's a number of beds in here, but only 2 of them look recently used. Against the west wall are 3 crates of torches next to a large stacked pile of cut wood.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Let's see if we can find that northwest trap door for the cistern.
Northeast tower.
Yeah. Let's Maybe
I'm going to
see
go
what
over, since I didn't
Kadroth's-
already, and see what was on Kadroth's body.
Sure,
Frozen
sure.
body.
And I'll check the 2 robed cultists.
Sure, sure.
gonna-
So first,
We'll need to. Well, will we need to thaw them in order to search them?
no,
only their
they're-
bodies froze?
Only their bodies froze. The clothes
Okay.
seem unaffected. So yeah, you can search them. Kadroth has, let's see, he has a dagger. He has his cult symbol, which now that you're getting a good look at it, his little necklace that looks like the sword crystal is definitely Chardolin.
Oh,
Okay.
And he also has a ring of keys.
That will come in handy.
that will come in
Yeah.
very handy.
Yeah. The ordinary cultists don't have much to speak of. They have their scimitars, and they all have their own similar Chardolin necklace.
Can I collect those and put those in the lead box, or are there too many of them? Or are they too big?
I think they will, but it's starting to get full.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you? And you're just using the mage hand to pick them up and stuff?
Yeah, to pick them up and put them in the box.
All
Yeah,
right, great.
that's
So the robed ones have a gosh, I guess I don't think they have. Oh wait, no, hang on. There's just let me. Those 2 guys, since they have names, they might have special things. Let me look. Yeah. They don't have anything special other than their necklaces, but one of them does seem to have a letter that is obviously from that guy's mother, basically pleading for him to come home. But
Well,
Yeah.
Should have listened to your mother.
yeah. That's so that was Huarwar Mulfoon, which you only now know because you see that he's got the letter addressed to him. Yeah. All right.
Well.
But yeah, so they don't have anything else on them. So now that you kind of can look around a little bit more, like this den here, this southwest room has, as mentioned before, it's sort of the well-appointed sitting room. It's got like some semi-fancy but slightly neglected furniture, but nothing else really to speak of. And then you didn't really see much of the northwest room, but that was the office that Kadroth was in.
want to go in?
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we have keys?
Sure.
Or is it locked? or-
It's not locked. Might have been in another circumstance, but he was in a hurry. Which, makes sense. So, let's see. This, let's see. Yeah, like there's nothing, like it's obviously an office. So there's a fireplace, that's got a fire burning. There's various paperwork and stuff on the desk, but it all seems really mundane when you look at it. It really it looks like the kind of stuff that the town speaker would have had already.
Pity.
Yeah. But as you're inspecting the room, you notice a secret door, which I will just go ahead and yeah. So it's when you're searching the room, you find it.
Yeah. Because that's what we would have been doing.
Yeah. So, yeah. So when you open it and you find that it does have a tunnel that seems to lead to the northwest tower. And so in that tower, the lower level of each tower looks like it has 6 wooden cots and matching footlockers. And there's a copper brazier full of hot coals in the middle of the room. And then there's like a bellows to reheat the coals in the brazier. There's a wooden staircase that hugs the outer wall as it climbs to the second level. Gusts of wind pour through the arrow slits, but this tower in particular also has a stone trapdoor in the floor, beneath which is a ladder that descends.
Wow, that sounds like the trapdoor to the cistern.
Anyone
Sister.
down there?
That was supposed to be the northeast tower.
Northeast tower. This is
Did I say northeast? I definitely, this is the right one.
Okay.
I might have said it wrong.
We're about to, it's the same. We gotta find the other tower's entrance now.
My apologies. This is the right one.
All right, then I guess we're opening the trap door.
All right. So if you climb down, whoop, let's not
Down,
take
down,
the
down.
secret door. Hang on. Take you to the. There we go. So yeah, as you descend to that level, a wooden ladder clings to the west wall, held in place with iron brackets. The ladder descends 12 feet to a hall made of mortared stone, lit and heated by 4 sputtering torches. Extending from the east end of the hall is a water-filled cistern. A small rowboat is tied off near the water's edge. And then obviously, like there's a passage to the north as well.
I'm gonna go take a look down in here.
All right. So as you go up through that room to the north, this room is empty except for 4 sheet-wrapped bodies lying side by side on the floor. Looks like 3 humans and a halfling.
Yeah, probably.
How solid does that ice look on the sides of the cistern there?
You would not want to walk on it.
All right. Well, it looks like we're not going to get people out all at once this way. I'm going to go back and talk to them. I'm going to stay here so that we don't split up the party and make the DM mad.
What's a DM?
The gods.
What the guys about?
The powers that be.
So I will allow that 4 people can fit in the rowboat pretty easily, even though, like, obviously on the map it's smaller than that.
And since Marcher would count for 2, I think he's going to.
I wouldn't make you count for 2, but certainly if you have 5 of you, then
We don't want to overload it because we probably want to get people out using the rowboat.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah. So, do you want Ig to go, or do you want him to stay behind? Them to stay behind? Because they can stay behind.
You're actually in better shape than most of us as far as hit points and spells used, right?
Yeah.
So describing the cistern, stone steps descend into the icy water that partially floods this 20-foot wide arched tunnel, which continues eastward into darkness. The roof arches 12 feet above the water, which is 8 feet deep. The rowboat tethered at the water's edge looks safe to use.
So maybe Ig and Ale, since we're the least injured, in case something bites us
And is in the water.
and is in the water. So I think, and this way we have 2 spots to bring people back. So with that, and everyone else remain here and watchful in case something does bite us.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
So Warlock, Dragon, and Dragonborn.
All right. So,
All
like,
right.
the boat is not a token to actually move. So, but we'll, I'll just kind of stick you like that, but just to move you. So,
Okay.
you make it a little ways along, and I think as you're rowing across, you actually look down into the water a little bit, and you discover that there are more corpses underwater in the water.
Well, I'm glad we came to this, that Marsh and I came to the decision we did. I now feel good and justified in.
Oh yeah,
Pulling
no,
the
they were
last of this.
absolutely bad people. So it was yeah. But it would have been a harder fight if you weren't level 4 already, for example.
True.
Right, you know?
Yeah.
That would have been
Right.
mess.
So imagine starting in this town or something and having that happen, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. That would
so
have been,
Yeah, so as you get a little ways along, there's a passageway to the north. Without begrudging, I'll just assume you're checking the different passageways when you
Yep.
get to each
Yeah.
one, right? So you can see that in that one to the north, you basically there is a sack of grain lying on the floor with a rat chewing on it. The room is otherwise empty.
Okay.
And then when you get to this one to the south, looking through that first doorway, frost covers the floor of this dark 15-foot square room. To your left and right are narrow tunnels, and across from the entrance stands an 8-foot tall pillar of ice with a horned, pale-skinned humanoid figure trapped inside it. The pillar is wrapped in black chains, and the wall behind it is covered with brown fungus. This is
Can I cast create bonfire on that ice figure?
Yeah.
I would go on the fungus first. Well,
The
I'm worried
fungus
about
might
that
leave
fungus.
spores.
Yeah, I'm worried about that fungus.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Let us leave that alone for the moment.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, but it should definitely be dealt with because it is evil
like
and it's a
cast
desecration.
bonfire.
Well, right. Yeah, like this is clearly the shrine to Levistus, right? That these people
Yeah.
are using. So.
Yeah. I
Okay.
just know about too many fungal monsters to think about what that fungus
Okay.
might be. Yeah, let's leave it alone for the moment. We'll deal with it later, but we will deal with it.
Right.
Trust me.
Okay.
So there are
Trust me,
there are other passages though in that room that you can't see from there. You'd have to go further in.
Yeah. I can kind of see a little bit of a corner of one. Do we want to go ahead and check this out fully?
You mean the shrine?
You can send Piccolo.
Well, no, just that room.
Yeah. You could send Piccolo.
Okay.
That might be safer. Piccolo will be able to get out of there faster in case something really is bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Which way do you go first?
Piccolo's going to go east.
Okay. So as Piccolo goes and looks that way first, this unlit room is empty except for an iron lever that protrudes from an iron plate embedded in the north wall.
Okay. So I'll say, looks like there's a operating mechanism in that room. And then then Piccolo will turn around and go the other way.
All right. So as you as Piccolo checks out that direction, this room is the private quarters of an albino tiefling who sits at a small desk in the dark, writing in a book with white leather covers. An ink-black crow perches on one of her horns and seems to read along with her scrivening. Without taking her eyes off the page, she says to Piccolo, "Get out."
And Piccolo, in my voice, will respond, "We were just checking to see if you needed assistance."
At that,
If-
she kind of looks up and glances over her shoulder and just says, "Interesting. Did you fight your way through the cultists then?"
Yes, lady.
All right. And so she stands up and closes, the book she's working on, and clearly is starting to like pack up her stuff.
Okay.
All right. So what are you doing? I think Ale, by the way, as you've been hanging out there with Iggy, waiting for all of this,
Yeah.
you look ahead and you see that the passageway to go further east is clearly blocked by a marble slab.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
wondering about
Oh yeah, that mechanism then.
Yeah.
Can-
Well, let's get her back to Marcher and Wilfred and Rowan, and then we can press on.
Can Piccolo go try and move the lever?
He's tiny. I don't think he weighs enough. I don't think he's strong enough to move the lever on his own.
No, yeah, he can't do it by himself.
No, I think that's a job for the Dragonborn.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
first we'll deal with the albino tiefling who's coming, who's packing up and presumably coming down this passage. There's no other way out, correct?
I mean, not that you can see.
Yeah.
Not that Piccolo can see.
I think, yeah, that she, so there's definitely no other way to go here. I think that she, first of all, here I can give you a handout of her.
Avarice.
What is it? It's not loading the text. Hang on. There we go. Yeah. So the gargoyles that are in this picture are not present. She does, however, have that badass looking staff.
Ooh.
Yeah. Calm down, Wilfred. We're not going to go randomly slay him to get that staff for you.
So I think she does. She's clearly packed up her stuff. She has done that in a reasonably, quick and precise manner. That she joins over. She gives Aule and Iggy kind of a cursory, appraising look, and just says, would you two please give me a ride back over to the west in the rowboat, if you don't mind?
Yes, lady.
Thank you
Sure.
very much. And so she'll climb down into the rowboat. Her raven is kind of staying perched with her. I think that there's a moment where Iggy, you notice the kind of that this is not an ordinary raven. This is probably her familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I assume you give her a ride back over to the other side?
Yes, we do.
She said, so she reaches the other side and she kind of makes to kind of head over towards the trapdoor. And she just kind of looks to the rest of you and just says, this is a bit earlier than I expected. I suppose we will have more to talk about in the future. And she climbs up the ladder.
Wait, what? Okay then.
Yeah. Wilfred's like, wait, okay.
Yeah.
She does not wait.
Yeah.
No, of course she doesn't wait to.
Yeah.
Tiefling warlock with mysteries.
Yep.
All right, so I'm the one going to be the guinea pig and pull that lever, I suppose,
Yeah.
Iggy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll row back over to here.
Mm-hmm.
I will get off. I will go to the here. That's the lever, correct?
Yeah. And it opens the marble slab. It's straightforward.
Okay.
Now that shrine to Levistus is still there, but you
Yeah.
I'm leaving that alone for the
Yeah.
moment. We can deal with that later.
Yeah. Okay, I'll when we come back the final time,
All right.
I'll set it on fire.
Sure.
Yeah, fire might be appropriate. So
Yeah. So you going through the that passageway on the rowboat. There's this east cistern, continues another 40 feet beyond the blue marble slab. The water in this part of the cistern is thankfully free of half-frozen corpses. The
That's
narrow
good.
tunnel to the north leads to a room there where a 5-foot wide, 8-foot high tunnel leads to a dark, cold room that reeks of filth, and there are 5 servants in there. They look malnourished and cold. You see they are all human. One is a 64-year-old who looks feisty and spry for his age, and effete, tall, skeletally thin 55-year-old who presents himself like a butler. And then there's a 45-year-old woman, and a no physical description there, but yeah. So like two more humans, one male, one female, and they look to you, and you are not the cultists, and they look enormously relieved. And the one who looks like a butler just kind of steps forward and just says, "Am I to assume that we are rescued?"
Salve, we are the Seekers and we are here to rescue you.
Splendid.
We can take 2 of you on each trip.
All right.
Why don't we begin now?
Yeah. So, we don't have to begrudge the
Right.
the back and forth. But what you learn is that you have rescued Lanthus Alderdusk, Speaker Crannock's 64-year-old assistant, notary, and scribe. And then Elprecht Norbav is the butler.
He sounds like a cultist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milbara
Change your name, dude.
Milbara Norbrov is the 45-year-old woman and is the butler's wife and the speaker's dwarvish translator. Then the 30-year-old woman seems to be mute, but the others introduce her as Tam Sharf, and she's a housemaid. And then there's Dacier Ravenscar, the shy 25-year-old dog keeper. And they expressed their relief that they had come really close to assuming that this was cultists coming to bring food again, and they were going to try to mount a prison break, but they kind of chickened out at the last second. Turns out it's good because they didn't try to attack you.
Yes.
Not that they could have accomplished much. They're unarmed and malnourished. So, but in any event, you are able to rescue all of them.
I would hope that that ally at least would have been had the presence of mind to look before striking.
Yeah.
LA's not the brightest bulb, but he's not that unbright.
All
Yeah.
right. So you bring all of them back, and now you're gonna try to destroy the
Shrine.
shrine. Yeah. So how do you go about that?
I would like to suggest that this will save until tomorrow morning.
The Goliath has a point. Let us heal and get rest, and then in the morning we will take it apart properly.
You haven't checked everything in the castle yet either, so.
We haven't checked everything in the castle yet either.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
We'll put
and
a pin
in
in.
fact,
resources.
in fact, what I'll suggest is that like the once they hear that you haven't 100% surely cleared the castle yet, is that the butler says, if I might suggest that the gentleman could make sure that there is a safe passage to the castle exit, and then give us the go-ahead while you continue to clear the rest of the castle, just in case.
And another thing, I want to. There was a tiefling woman we found in one of the other rooms. She had a familiar and a staff. She looked very powerful. Is she a member of the staff here at the castle, or is she a visitor, or why was she done here?
She was with the cultists. She arrived after they did, though.
Oh. Well, perhaps it was not such a good idea that she got away. I think we better go check on the speaker.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we're clearing castle and making sure we have a clear path for the staff to get to the exit.
All right.
We need to head to the speaker right away because I want to make sure that he's safe.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna say I'm just gonna leave them down there for now. I think I have the Raven token still down here.
Yeah. Piccolo has a 60-foot flying speed, so he can probably get there the fastest.
Okay, yeah. If you want to have
Yeah.
Have-
Let me have Piccolo go check on the speaker and make sure he's okay.
yeah, okay. So I don't know if Piccolo is good at opening doors.
No, but if there was,
I mean, let's decide this. What does
Yeah.
it make sense? Like, he's smart enough to probably, if the door is not locked, he could probably get it open.
yeah.
I think though that probably the town speaker would have locked the door.
Right.
To his room at least. But so what I'll say is that let's say Piccolo goes back through the secret passage into the office, into the sitting room, into the great hall, and then up to where he sees the door to the speaker's room still closed and locked. And
Okay.
you could potentially call through it, but he doesn't see any sign of the tiefling.
Okay, so because I can speak through Piccolo, I'm going to yell out, just checking on you, making sure you're okay. Let me know. Sign of life.
Yeah, yes, I'm fine. Is everything okay out there?
Yeah, so far so good.
Excellent. Did you find my the servants in the cistern?
Yes, they're going to wait. We freed them. They're going to wait there, and we will, while we clear the rest of the castle.
Wonderful.
Okay. So I'll relay that to everybody else that he's still, at least verbally, he was able to
that's
confirm
good
that
at
he's in
least.
one piece.
Assuming it's not someone imitating his voice.
Yeah.
Assuming.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well-
if we go like that,
Yeah, well, you know, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well,
What you heard is his voice through the door.
yeah.
But it sounded like him.
It had the right stammer, so yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, where are you going to finish clearing the castle? You've seen
Perhaps
all of the rooms
upward?
on the first floor of the main building,
So yes,
I'm
I
but
think-
still
but there is a
looking at
second
this-
level of each tower as well.
Okay. Hold on.
How about this? To just simplify, I will go ahead and just tell you what the points of interest are as you clear, rather than making you literally go room by room. Does that sound good?
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Each tower is virtually identical. The second level of each tower is unfurnished. However, on the second level of the tower, you can get to the, you know, like the wall walks. So, you know, you can come out like here, right? Where you can be on the second level and you can get to each tower. And so then in here, you have a room where there's murder holes to go down into the, like the front entrance, the arrow slits, and the, you know, where the, like there's portcullis mechanisms there. There's clearly, like, this is like also a guard post, like the gatehouse, equipped with a system of wheels that raises the portcullises and opens the outer sets of doors and the murder holes, etc. The south wall has a row of 5 arrow slits. There's also 2 wooden cots covered with furs in the northeast corner of the room. And that's kind of what there is to note there. This tiny little room right here there's nothing to see, so I won't put your tokens there, but it's an armory. So there is a rack of 20 spears, and resting against the back wall is an unlocked wooden chest containing 6 flasks of alchemist's fire, which you can imagine would be really unpleasant to have dumped on your head through a murder hole.
Yes.
Yes.
Hanging from hooks on the walls are 8 longbows and 8 quivers. Each quiver holds 50 arrows.
Wow.
Yeah.
They are well prepared.
Yes. So that is really all there is to see, like going around on the wall walks here. So you have to go back, like down to the courtyard to get back down to the in here. So this little building right here is the kennel. There is 6 friendly sled dogs in there, and a dog sled is stored there also. And there's also, sleeping amongst the dogs, there is an 8-year-old human named Alistair Salmander, who was sleeping there with the dogs, who is presumably also a servant, or they didn't worry about him. So he's like, who are you?
We freed the
the
castle.
Seekers.
Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep.
Okay.
Stay warm.
Aw.
So, and then you go back inside. You've seen everything on the first floor. So there's actually not even really anything on the map to see, but the other rooms that you didn't visit on the second floor include, there's the speaker's office, which we already discussed. The ring of keys you had on Kadroth is getting you through all the locked doors that you might otherwise have had to deal with.
Right.
The library, this room was set on fire years ago and never repaired. Evidence remains of floor-to-ceiling shelves along the walls. A draft issues from a darkened fireplace, stirring the cobwebs around it, but nothing else of note there. But then the southwest room on the second floor has there's a large gilded mirror covering most of the east wall. It looks like this is where Kadroth had his bedchamber. There is a black cat in that room as well, asleep on the bed. And then the actual point of interest room, I'll go ahead and just put you in just so you kind of know where it is, even though there's not really anything to see on the battle map. Oh, hold on. So, when you finally go into this room, a chilly draft wafts through the bedroom, despite a roaring fire in the hearth. Bundled under a thick quilt and seated in a squat rocking chair in front of the fire is a venerable dwarf with a wooden peg where her right foot should be. Next to her on a small table is a plate of food. "I've been dreading this moment," she says. And I have a handout of her. Let's see. Yeah.
Dreading why?
Well, one of the things that you notice is that she is, in fact, wearing the same crystal sword thing.
Oh, well, boo.
Yeah.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah. So you go in and she's there. She makes no attempt whatsoever to get up from her rocking chair. So what do you do as you come in and she says that and you notice what you've noticed?
Ale, I'm
Yeah.
going to leave this one to you.
Well,
I'm sorry
I'll-
to put you in this position, but you are something of the moral compass here.
I am the moral compass here. So I will walk over to the dwarf and I'll say, in Dwarvish, grandmother, what is this?
Well, I suppose I might as well tell you what you need to know before the end.
Go ahead. I'll say that. I'll switch back to common. Go ahead.
You've dealt with all of the others, I assume.
The
The ones who attacked us.
the ones who attacked us, the tiefling warlock, the albino tiefling warlock has left.
We're pretty sure.
Interesting. So everyone else is dead, but not her.
But not her.
Well,
your fate lies before us. So what
my
you have to
fate
say?
is predetermined, and pretty much the only thing that could possibly change right now is how much I tell you before it happens.
Speak then, please.
We have time.
It just so happens that Levistus still wants you to defeat the Duragar. And so, I'll tell you this. There's a Duragar warlord by the name of Zardarok Sunblight, and he will conquer Icewind Dale unless the characters defeat him. He has a fortress on the surface already. It's hidden in the spine of the world, and it contains, among other things, a forge powered by the still beating heart of a red dragon. Zardarok has a plan for the systematic destruction of 10 towns, which you could probably discover if you were to search his fortress. But you will die if you face Zardarok too soon. You must test your mettle against the horrors that haunt the farthest reaches of Icewind Dale before you can possibly hope to survive the perils of Zardarok's fortress. We're sure Cardoth is dead.
I attempted to grant him mercy and knocked him out, but his patron decided differently.
That
Most
sounds
insulting.
right. Levistus actually hated him. He's very self-important. But now I've told you what I must told you, and so the moment I foresaw has come. So she just
I'm
kind of
watching. I'm
trails
not
off and
doing
closes her eyes and stops breathing.
Does she freeze?
No.
No, that
Well-
that actually warms my heart a little.
Well, actually,
But she
hang
doesn't
on.
But she,
It doesn't say that she freezes, but there's also no like stat sheet like all of the other characters that froze. I think she probably does freeze because she is
Okay.
she definitely is one of the Levistus cultists. So, but
Can it
she
be that
but
she
she
freezes in position so because she died after fulfilling her purpose?
well, yeah, I mean she clearly died of natural causes, and then freezes afterwards.
So at least we got a little bit of information.
well, now we have a name and a site of the threat that faces us, or a threat that faces us. There are multiple threats that face us here in Icewind Dale.
Yes, so it would seem, but I think that we should take her advice and not go after that fortress until we have.
It would be more foolhardy than going after the Zentarum,
Yes.
and just as deadly.
But,
So, to go ahead and hand wave the rest of everything now is that now that you have ensured that the rest of the castle is clear, there's a lot of work to be done clearing all of the dead cultists out of the room.
Yeah.
And the speaker asks that someone go and call out the town militia, such as it is, so that the castle can be refortified. He immediately starts bossing people around, including you guys. but is expressing his gratitude by saying that you are welcome to rest at the castle whenever you need to. My home is your home, so to speak. But with the added caveat of like it's still like my roof, my rules sort of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is
Well,
so grateful
I'd
for
much
you
rather
saving
accept
his
the-
castle that he will let you stay there.
Your
I'd much rather
gratitude is
accept
noted.
the. ex- I'd much rather accept the that kind of invitation from the actual town speaker.
Yeah,
From-
since instead of a usurping, grasping cultist.
Yeah. So the other thing that I'll just say is that if you ask Speaker Cranach about the white tiefling, he doesn't know who you mean. He never saw her.
No, future plot line, no doubt.
Yes. I have a feeling we will see her again.
Undoubtedly. Especially especially if Levistus wants the Durgar dealt with, and she seems to be part of that. So, all in due time.
I mean, is she though?
Yeah.
Because she was with the cultists who were wanting to form an alliance with you against the Duergar.
No, that's not what he said.
No, we'll see her in relation to fighting the Durgar, not that with the Durgar.
Right.
With the Durgar isn't with us again, not with them.
Yeah.
Question: that staff, the blue part on top, does that look like the same Chardolin that's part of the symbol?
No, it's a different thing.
Oh.
I mean, it's clearly a magic staff, but it didn't look like Chardolin. But yeah, I would say that you definitely. What? No, the staff is different.
If it was, that would be.
She did not have one of those symbols either, like the necklaces. She didn't have one of those. So the servants told you she was with them, with the cultists, and this old lady, Hethel, seemed to know about her, but yeah, she did not have one of those little sword crystal necklaces. Her staff was not Chardolin.
We'll have to see.
She also didn't seem especially concerned that you killed all the other cultists. She didn't attack you or just.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's devils for you.
Indeed.
All right, so I think that's probably a good place to stop for tonight. So good job, everyone, for waiting to do this quest until you were at a high enough level to just kill all the cultists instead of being forced to take a devil's bargain.
Yeah.
But good job. You saved the town speaker, who does seem like he's still kind of a blowhard, but at least he's not imprisoned by devil cultists anymore. And his servants are in much better shape. They're very grateful. And, the rest of the town, I'm going to go ahead and actually also just give you, you find it out as part of the whole thing that, Rourke absolutely had extra rooms at the uphill climb, but he was worried about the castle, and he was hoping, hey, adventurers, maybe they'll figure out what's going on up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll leave it there for now, for this week. But we will return next week for more adventure on So Many Levels Rime of the Frostmaiden. And then, of course, check out our Tuesday night campaign, too. But we'll be back for more adventure on So Many Levels.
Yay!